chat. You know how it is. We play 1 to 2 to 3 songs and then we're live.
Wise men lose track of the single path. No one knows tomorrow. I'll never ever kneel down.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Let's get into the thing. Which one is this one? Because sometimes the camera. Yep, there it is. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hey, it's time. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello. It's good to see each and every one of you today. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Op Block, your one-stop shop for everything commentary, news, research, and a little bit of other stuff. I'm your host, Falgy EXE. Where the dog at? She's somewhere. The dog is always somewhere in this home. I'm convinced that she knows when I stream now, and she's literally just like, I will make my appearance You guys have not paid her parents' fee yet, so that's why he's not here. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Yes,
That's
I do
crazy.
see you. I see each and every one of you. But yes, yes, yes. And joining me today are some of my favorite people on the internet. You know them. You love them. It's Q's Hood Ornament. What's going on, Q?
I have a small story for everyone. I want to
Okay.
share it.
Okay.
So, I work second shift. I work second shift at my job, and I like my job. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Dog goals at the top.
I was awake. I was waking up, and sometimes you get a Charlie horse in your calf, and you gotta like jump out of bed
What
to
do
like
dog doing?
stretch out your calf muscle so
Thank
you don't
you.
like go crazy. What's up?
Oh, no, no, no. People are donating, so I just thank you.
Oh, okay. Oh, and so what happened was I jump out of bed, but I jump, my foot falls onto my wife's shoe. So I'm taking off balance. I tip around. Bubba, one of my cats, he's underneath my legs. I'm losing my balance. I'm toppling over, and suddenly I fall backwards. Now I don't know how many of you buy like IKEA type furniture. I'm sure some of you do. We do. That we have a black end table, two pairs of end tables, and the corner is very sharp. And when I fell backwards, the corner decided it wanted to take out like a gouge of my back in a massive line.
Ah, fuck. That's painful.
Yeah, that has been that has been the starter of my morning so far today.
Yeah, that's kind of how it does. That's kind of how it does. Listen, it's okay. Hey, Cameron, what's up? What's going on, buddy?
Hey, Cameron.
Cameron, we're gonna be reacting to your video today. Very appreciated, very cool, very nice, very poggies. If you want to come on to stream, by all means, you can come on. Usually, what we like to do is if we have an individual who is usually if we have somebody who's like on the stream whose stuff it is, we do try to just grab them every once in a while. It's just like kind of one of those things. Yeah, send you the link. Yeah, sure. Somebody, one of our mods, could you please place it in the chat? One of the mods, please place the Discord in the chat. Thank you guys so much. And guys, you know who he is. You love him. You hate him. It's Uncool Greg. What's going on, Greg?
I'm dangerously sick. So I'm actually considering just dipping here.
You probably can.
But I probably can.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
But
It's okay,
I will
Greg.
be I will be in chat. I will be in
yes.
chat.
Greg, we love you.
How did
know.
I get sick? You'll never guess it. On the bus.
Yeah.
So that's my story.
Cameron, if
No
you
hunk
hop
of
in the
flesh
general
out of
chat,
my
one of
back.
the mods is going to drag you into our waiting room. And then we'll
Take it
grab
easy,
you on.
guys.
We'll grab you on. We'll grab you on.
Good luck, guys. Have
Yeah.
a good one. I'll be in
Take it
chat.
easy, Greg. Feel better.
Q, you doing good, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm sitting down to eat, dude.
Yeah. I know.
I'm fine.
Let's see. Okay. All right, chat. Without further ado, the man of the hour himself, it's Cameron F305. Cameron, you are live in the air. What's going on, man?
You guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna lower you just a little bit, just because you're very, very loud. But what's going on, man? How you doing? You've been riding high off of this video. I've been noticing. I've been seeing.
Yeah, I just recorded a well-anticipated next video, so...
Oh, interesting. Is the next video like related to any of this stuff? Is it like in any relation to anything?
No, I did that very intentionally
Okay.
because I didn't want to make everyone assume that I'm going to either just be making, I guess, political content or Ethan Hassan Destiny content or anything like that. So I'm just enjoying myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
But it is a commentary video. It is a funny, like, similar vibe kind of video, but it's less skits and shit.
Mhm. So I guess like we'll probably go into your video a little bit, but I'm very curious for those who don't know you, because you did have a internet presence at the time, and it seems like you were making music. You took some time off. For those who don't know you, Cameron, who are you?
I'm Cameron F305. I'm a musician. I'm in school for music. That was kind of like my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, I mean, I always started as like a content creator, and I'm kind of back to that, and I'm feeling good about it. And people seem to be receptive of it. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It's such an interesting video that you put out because a lot of people would be thinking that you essentially, I'm not going to say you aped the style that feels like kind of phony in a way, but you did pay homage to it in a sense that really examines iDubbbz in a way that a lot of people find very, very interesting. And I'm very curious kind of what the impetus for it was, what was just like your general feelings of why you felt like this needed to be made.
So I've been wanting to make a video like this, I think since 2022, when Ian was kind of shooing off most of his fan base by saying like, by comparing, because he didn't make the distinction, he just compared his audience to basement dwellers and shit, and I found that kind of like, okay, dude, like I get it. There are probably some radical people in your audience, but treating everyone like that was kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But I wanted to give him a chance. I wanted to see where this new content correction was gonna direction was gonna go,
Mm,
and it seemed like he tried to overcorrect to a point where it just became pure uninteresting shit.
mhm.
So at that point, he was just kind of irrelevant. So I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna worry
Okay.
about making it. And plus, I was making music at the time. I was too busy.
Yeah.
But then, circumstances changed. I'm a lot more, free now. I'm not focusing on music as much these days, and
Oh, that's a shame.
this content cut. Yeah, I mean, I still do it at school, so.
Good, 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 good.
But yeah, he drops this content cop, and it was a real like. Not only was it just a fucking awful video, but it was kind of a
Yeah.
stab to the series itself.
Mhm.
So I felt really impassioned to make a video about it.
Very, very cool. Now you go to school for music. You said music production, I assume, or
That's correct. Yeah.
okay. I went to music conservatorium for college at one time, so I
Oh
can.
hell yeah!
Yeah, I was an opera singer for many years, so it's actually
Nice.
the music to like YouTube whatever pipeline is kind of really funny. I always
Yeah.
it's one of those things where I feel like a lot of us musicians really enjoy doing like the verbal side of content creation as well, and then it just like kind of delves into like the audio visual side and stuff like that. And I do find that like
Mhm.
very, very fascinating. And it seems like you really dove into this content. Now, how old are you? Dude? Just remind me.
I'm 20.
You're 20. You're 20. Okay. Okay, you're not even old enough to drink, man. What the hell?
Almost. We got
Almost.
a few
Damn.
more
What's your
months.
birthday?
July 1st.
July
We're getting
1st.
close.
Oh, damn, that's real close. But so you're not even
Yeah.
old enough to drink. You're not even
Not
you're
yet.
not even out of college. And you create a video that is literally rocking the commentary landscape, right? What does that feel like?
I gotta be real. It was very overwhelming.
Mhm.
I'm a very I'm pretty outgoing. I would say like I've
Mhm.
always been like a kind of like around like my friends and stuff like pretty charismatic, pretty outgoing. But like when like it came to the internet, I've always been kind of like I'm a little like uh, I don't know what I want to put out there. I don't know how to put myself out there. So I really kind of just took a step and said, you know what, fuck it. I'm passionate about this. I'm gonna just do this. I expected maybe like 10 to 30,000 views
Yeah.
max. But that's not what happened.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
like if we pull the video up real quick, because I don't know if you're watching, because sometimes streamer mode doesn't let me hear it or see anything.
yeah, I'm looking.
All right, very cool, very cool. I'm just gonna move these foogies around. I love having the foogies, but part of the problem is it just always be too big. But like looking at this real quick, I just want to highlight this, man. You've raised over $6,000 for charity. And
Yeah.
and if I remember correctly, it's more than iDubbbz has. Right?
Yeah, it is more than he did on his video trying to overcorrect.
Yeah.
So it's more than Creator Clash 2 because that was Net Zero.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
100%. Yeah.
nice comment. He
Mhm.
and he made a fucking charity on his Creator Clash 2 thing,
Yeah.
and then that didn't get much. It got like I think 5,600. Yeah.
Oh. So you really it really seems like you came out of nowhere. You said that you were doing music for a period of time, right? You were doing
Yeah.
music for a period of time. You didn't really know what you wanted to do
Yeah.
on the platform. You were really, really kind of all over the place. Not necessarily
Well,
all
there's
over
a
the
couple
place, but
things there.
listless.
With the music aspect, I mean, I was
Uh-huh.
working for a project at the time, which is pretty controversial, especially nowadays, and I had to quit because some crazy shit happened.
Um,
I think you probably know. I think you know about that.
I've heard a little bit
Bas
from what I know. From what I know. Now,
Yeah, yeah,
to be fair, I'm here, impartial, obviously. I do know a little bit. I
yeah,
looked into your
nah.
history.
Yeah. I mean, of course. I mean, there was a lot of shit that was said about me during that time, and it was
Mm.
part of why I was like, yeah, fuck that,
S-
because of my prior associations. They thought I was doing a bunch of other shit that wasn't
uh
entirely true, and
So
regardless of that,
yeah, and regardless
uh,
of that, you essentially
I decided to keep the music stuff,
mhm,
personal passion projects,
mhm,
and try
mhm.
to move on to content I was more passionate about.
uh interesting. So you moved on to this. So this is an interesting thing for me. As someone who's done a little bit of writing myself and things like that, and a little bit of scripting.
Mhm.
And I kind of noticed this. You were very on top of this content style.
Yeah.
Like, did you watch hours of it? Was this something you grew up with? Like, I'm very curious.
Oh yeah. I grew up at the filthy Frank, edgy teenager. For sure. I mean, I won't deny that. I feel like
Hmm.
it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious to me when I was in middle school, high school.
Hmm.
Uh, but I felt
Would
like,
like to
Sorry, I just want to pause
and
it real
I,
quick.
oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
The I kind of fell out of those content creators like iDubbbz and H3 for a while.
Mm.
It wasn't until recently that I started finding Ethan funny again,
Oh.
and and just for being funny, it wasn't really political at all. Uh,
Mm.
because generally, I just when I'm watching content or listening to content, I just don't. I keep politics to the news, and I keep uh like my entertainment to entertainment.
Yeah.
Not saying the two. Not saying there's not a market to conflate the two, but you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Uh, that's just me. But yeah. So it was hard to get into Ethan's content for a while, but I got back into it, and then all this shit starts happening, and I was like, well, I want to get back into making videos. I was gonna do not Mama Max. I'm Alex,
Really?
and yeah, because I made a couple streams about it. Then I saw how many pages that fucking document was, and I'm like, you know what? I already do homework as it is.
Brother,
And
I had to go through a fucking 300-page document for the last drama I've been covering. So, like, I kind of get it.
yeah,
Fucking insane.
yeah.
Uh,
Uh, Like I spend way too many hours doing homework and writing essays as it is to
yeah.
be reading one.
Yeah. No,
So
100%. 100%. Because like it's something that stuck out to me in the video when I first watched it. I think I've watched it like once or twice. I don't typically pre-watch videos, but this one I wanted to kind of like understand and things like that. I do have some issues with the video. Brother, you be telling me that you are going to school for music, but there are some moments where the
the
audio
is
balancing is
fucked.
fucking bonkers. I was like,
Yeah.
I fucking took my headphones off at one time. I was like, did something fucking fall in my room? Like did my dog like get into something? Because I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, no, you are not the first, and I realized. So this video took a long time to export. It
Yeah,
took like 2 hours.
yeah.
Um, and towards the end, I realized the audio about the video itself was too quiet. So I, quickly went and replaced the audio files. I quickly compressed them and went to the other
Yeah.
ones, and I just didn't have time. And I was like, I gotta get the shit out, or else everything's gonna be fucking dead.
Yeah.
I gotta. And I realized I overcompressed myself. It sounds like dog shit, and I was like, I'm gonna have to go with this. I hope it didn't sound bad enough for everyone, but I know some
Yeah.
people are gonna be on my ass for this. And yeah, in the future, that's not gonna be an issue. I promise.
Now, I guess the pointed question that I would ask, because I know your history, right? A little bit of it, because I've looked up the content and stuff.
Right.
Are you doing a content cop on Yondev?
Ooh, yeah, I've gotten that a lot. So I have put a lot of thought into it,
Mhm.
and I have considered it seriously.
Mhm.
Currently, I'm leaning on probably not.
Okay.
And the reason for that isn't because I don't think he's a person who deserves to, have his shit looked into and stuff.
Yeah.
But I totally do, and I think a lot of people competently have. I think a great video was one by June the King. That
Mhm.
one really got into it.
Yeah.
But mainly because I'm trying to stay true to it, where
Yeah.
in the sense where it's about the content rather than like I guess the person as much.
Mhm.
Like there's always more of a content, and I really don't I guess have a problem with his game development update content. Like it's whatever. So maybe like a video on its own I'm not against,
Mhm.
but a content cop specifically probably not.
Okay. So, but a video on its own, because I think it's a fascinating thing to make post-mortems on things you're a part of.
Yeah.
We've had to do it on this channel as well. And it's weird because it's like one of those things where it's like, how do I express this? And I'm curious what your thoughts are. You do have to re-examine your role in whether or not you were actively a part of it, you were a bystander, or you got caught somewhere in the middle. And I'm really curious when it comes to a situation like that. If, let's say you had to make a video, because I'm sure a lot of people have asked you and things like that. So let's say you're not a content cop, right? Let's just be honest, right?
Right.
If you had to make a video, in your mind, how would you do it?
Well, it would be very comprehensive. I would do it like probably more of a documentary type deal.
Okay.
Uh, and I would probably not. I mean, I would mention like I guess yeah, I was a composer and I was very friendly with the developer, and a big part of that was kind of there's a lot of emotions tied to it because I was a kid. I was 15
Yeah.
when all that started.
Yeah.
This is something that I feel now as an adult. I was very manipulated, very lied to, very very betrayed, and there's a lot of emotions that still are very potent
Yeah.
from all of that.
Yeah.
So if I ever do it, it will be a long time away. And plus, that community is something I really just don't want to, get back with because
Yeah.
that they're very it's a very K-pop stan-esque type deal.
Okay.
Uh,
I do get what you're coming
yeah,
from. I do get what you're coming from. Because it's
yeah.
yeah, like I
Like I don't
can't.
want to post that like my fucking dog died and get like a fan cam of Yandere-chan or something dancing in the fucking replies. Okay.
Well, I think it's interesting because like, yeah, you were a kid when you started up with him. You were like you said you were 15, right? And it all
That's
kind
correct.
of blew up when you were about 19, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, I was fresh boy 19.
Oh God, don't say. We have a joke here. If somebody says freshly 19, I will just pull every fucking cord out of my computer. I forget what fucking we were covering something, and someone said they were like freshly 24, and I was just like, there's no fucking way.
Freshly, yeah, fresh. I can see how freshly can be used in like a. Oh, I was freshly 24. I was practically a baby.
Yeah, it's like,
Nah, I was.
listen, I was 24. I definitely didn't mean to groom that minor. Like, I was just 24, and you were just in the DMs. It's okay, freshly 24. You don't
She said she was
understand.
12.
Oh no, she was Listen, you don't understand. So when I bought her the Polly Pocket, it was definitely because I was only 24. If I was 25, I wouldn't have bought her. I would have bought her Tamagotchis. You don't understand. So we have a joke here on this platform. We have the adult minor joke. We also have the reverse predator joke. Because
It's the reverse predator.
okay, so we have a reverse predator joke, and I'll explain to you what the reverse predator joke is. So the reverse predator.
Hey,
There was
Balchi,
yeah, what's up?
before you get into that, my lunch is over my head out, buddy.
All right, see you later, bud. So we
right,
have
man.
this thing called
Take it easy.
the reverse predator. So there was this guy a long time ago, at the infancy of this channel, because this channel is like not even a year old yet. And we had this
Hey,
guy.
good shit, man.
Yeah, thank you. We had this guy. His name was Scarlet Reaper. And he was saying like the craziest shit on the internet. And one of the things he said was he identified minors that groom adults. And he was
What?
yeah, he was like, listen, like a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 15-year-old, this kid can groom this adult. Now I understand that may be confusing, but he was like, but you don't understand. The
Yeah, 'cause
minors.
it defies senses of logic.
Yeah,
You
right?
can't like if you have to be willing. Like there's an aspect of I guess whatever fucking seduction or whatever where
Mhm.
you have to kind of be a willing participant. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, right? He was like, because, you know, lo and behold, he would say he got raped in VR chat at like 19. Unironically, he on a live stream told with a complete straight face, my sexual assault was in VR chat. The minor came on to me and I couldn't pull the headset off fast enough.
Oh my fucking god, dude! I hear shit like that. I need to go to church, man.
brother, there is so much I tell you right now, it's one of the greatest postmortems. If you know, there's a YouTube friend I have out there. His name is British Runner. Made a really like fucking funny video on the dude. And it's one of those things where it's like if you know just how these people think, and especially with kids, right? You know how they think. Like they're not that manipulative. They're not that easy to like. An adult understands what a child is doing, right? Like we could both agree on that, right?
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, because like it's one of those things where it's definitely like very. I know this is off topic, but like we're talking about content. We are talking about your past, like it because
Yeah.
I like it's like it's Yon Dev. A lot of people know about his story, and
Yeah.
things like that. And it's like he was completely willing, right? He was completely willing
I would
and
say
able
so,
to
yeah.
do that, and he wanted to. And that's what his fetish was. Is what his fantasy was. It's just the whole thing that he was about.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where it's like I can't believe, and I can't believe he got away with it for so long, especially like essentially like in a way he groomed you too, like, you know, he made you.
I mean,
from
I
what
could tell you why. Because a lot of people that were my age and a lot of kids either grew up with it and didn't like just were oblivious, kind of didn't realize. Like, I didn't
Mhm.
think about any of this stuff until like I really didn't rethink all of these little things until
Mhm.
long after. Like I
Yeah.
was able to, I guess, like marinate,
Yeah.
and it really like hit me like a fucking truck, and I was like, Jesus.
I'm sorry for that. Seriously, I am. Like that's not like
Yeah.
it's not a fun thing. It sounds like yeah, in a way he kind of, whether you were his protege, whether he did anything you know, from what I understand, like, you know, he kind of like he was your friend from what I remember. Again, I'm not entirely familiar. I'll be blunt, not entirely familiar with everything. I know parts because I was in and around the internet, but I wasn't into drama. And I think that it's like really,
Yeah.
really interesting that you have someone who essentially came from something very, very dark and created something actually like very competently well made. Very,
Yeah.
very competently well made. I guess
I know he would have hated the video. He hated any kind of drama videos.
really,
He was pro iDubbbz quitting content cop, yeah.
really what?
And I told him that was like retarded. Can I say that here?
Yeah, you can say that. I don't give a shit. You can slur. I don't slur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I told him that shit was retarded. Like that it wasn't just it was about criticism more than anything. It wasn't about
Mm.
harassment.
Yeah.
But I mean, he saw himself as the eternal victim, so
Yeah, I think that that's like You know what's really interesting? That kind of ties into iDubbbz, right? iDubbbz kind of sees himself the current arc that he's in as the eternal victim. Like he
Yeah.
really sees himself, and I feel like you got to it in this video, and you kept touching on it, especially because like if we do talk about Anissa for a second, like there's that interplay of like what's going on, what's happening, how she affects his content. And how do you feel about it? I know you mentioned it in the video. We'll go over it a little bit here and there if you've got the time. But I'm curious, like, how do you feel about how the drama has shaken up between not just the Ethan Hassan, Destiny, fucking triad, confusion, whatever, but like, how do you feel like it's shaken up?
I feel like you mean how it like started off and like
Yeah, how it
what
started up,
really.
how it started, like especially like because a lot of people like look at Anissa, the empathy at 30 comment, and it's like, oh, what's happening?
That does sound like some shit she would fucking say on that fuck ass podcast.
I mean,
Uh,
I'm pretty sure
she
she has.
she compared her situation to Etika, and like that is one of the. And by the
Jesus
way,
Christ.
I saw Diorio say this, and I was like, "That's so fucking true," because he was
Uh-huh.
reacting to my video, and he
Yeah.
said, every time anyone brings up Etika, it's just the guy who committed suicide."
Yeah.
And it's so true because like no one looks at him for all the cool shit, like the funny reactions. Like he kind of pioneered
Mhm.
like the like gaming reaction content like genre. Like he kind of paved the way for people like Kai Cenat, for I'm Dante, people like that to like have the platform that they had. And no one talks about that, but they talk, oh, he was the mental health guy. I bet you that's the last thing you wanted to be remembered as, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So I find Denise's comments very tasteless.
Yeah. Because it's
But
yeah. Sorry. Continue.
no, you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
No. You first, because I have a thought process to that, and I want to hear what
Right.
you have to say, because you said about Anissa. Yeah.
I think in terms of Ian, like there is, it's very true that in certain senses that your surroundings can mold you,
Mhm.
and I do think that Anissa has rubbed off heavily
Mhm.
on Ian. However, I don't think it was entirely that. I think a big part of it as well was Ian went so long being untouched.
Yeah.
Um, and once the OnlyFans shit happened, he
Mhm.
saw his first bit of backlash,
Mhm.
and then a bunch of other dominoes started falling, and then once it kind of came to like end of 2020, he does this documentary with Sam Hyde,
Yeah.
and he gets duped over by for like someone who I would consider their content styles to be very similar back in the day.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's kind of like in that way there was something very symbolic about that.
Yeah.
Um, and then from there it's just a further regression. And I think another aspect of it was probably there was probably some truth to he had some weird fan interactions. I'm sure I believe him 100% when he says people came up to him and parasocially thought they were best friends and started saying the N word and
Yeah.
doing crazy shit. I think
Yeah.
and I think that's weird.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think all of that had a factor, and I think he did a big overcorrection.
So I guess, do you? This is I think you're kind of hinting at it a little bit, but I'm really curious. It almost sounds like you aren't like uh uh you aren't fully convinced, from what I understand. You aren't fully convinced about the Anissa wholesale changing him. It sounds like Ian made his own decisions, but it was in your mind an overcorrection. Is that kind of what you're getting at?
For a long time, I did think it was Anissa, um, because I mean, it kind of made sense, especially in like 2022. And then I think my opinion really changed while researching this video because, like, I really in depth went through it all,
Hmm.
and I was like, well, I think there was. I don't think he was without free will, but I think also after being so untouchable for so long and then getting that big fucking like like just getting slapped in the face with a bunch of hate. That video, by the way, is where he like teased a content cop, but like,
Yeah.
and it never came out. And I think that was a big turning point. So it did have to do with Anissa, and I think it like I would, if I put it in numbers wise, like maybe 50% of his change was Anissa, and the rest was a bunch of other factors.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like,
So
I think that that's like a part of your video that I find pretty fascinating is you highlight kind of the history of iDubbbz and just like his involvement with this. And it's, and I hearing you now, I kind of get where you're coming from. It seems like you're making the very compelling argument that Ian, like the rest of us, like you and me, is in charge of his own faculties. Whether or not we'd like to admit that he changed is the
yeah,
different story. Is that pretty much what you would agree?
yeah, I think regardless of who has an impact on you or not, everyone is in charge of their own faculties,
Right.
just on principle.
Right.
So I think kind of removing that caricature of being the internet cuck, and kind of making it more of you know,
Yeah.
okay, like realistically, put yourself in this guy's shoes.
Mhm.
I would obviously do everything way fucking differently than he did,
Yeah.
but just kind of understanding more so that there was probably more to it than just crazy succubus ruined his life.
Yeah. It sounds like part of your video process is like getting into the subject. Would that be like right to say in a way?
Yeah.
Have you like in your life, right? Because it sounds like you understand iDubbbz, you're really understanding a lot of just you do have a percentage in your head. In your own life, do you feel like at any time like you were ever controlled to do something like some way that you can empathize with? No, but seriously, like any like time that you feel like you can empathize with iDubbbz, because it sounds like you do empathize with him.
To a certain extent, I don't
Hmm.
feel bad for him these days.
Yeah.
Um, but there was periods of my life where I was definitely manipulated and controlled into doing things I probably wouldn't have otherwise done.
Hmm.
Uh, hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Hint, hint. What do I
Uh,
nudge, nudge? I see.
yeah.
Uh huh. Nah. Okay.
But
Yeah.
no comment, no further comment.
No further comment on it. Oh, no further comment, brother. Listen, we are a chill stream here. You know what? Everyone calls me the soy Italian here. Do you want to know why they call me that? Because
Why do they call you that?
every time somebody fucking comes up here, I'm like the nicest motherfucker to this guy, like ever. Like I'm always nice. People find it very off-putting. They're like, "Oh, you're like you have like way too much emotional intelligence," and I'm like, "I don't fucking care." Like it's just what we do here. I find that it's much better to be upfront and honest. You know, so if you feel like
Right.
yeah,
No, I agree with you. It's just that whole situation. I mean, we touched on it earlier, but
yeah,
it's like a can of worms. I'm still like,
still processing
uh,
it.
it's still more so like moving past. Like
Uh-huh.
that's kind of like something that is, I'm getting past it, and I feel like it's time to let it go
It's time to let it go.
for my sanity, and I have been able to, and I knew like when I released it would come up, but like,
Yeah,
it's just shit that like
yeah.
I'd rather not,
You'd rather not like
get too much
engage
into.
with.
Right.
It's like
Waste of energy.
yeah, I think it is a waste of energy. I think like if you're trying to move on, I guess like the how do I say this? Because again, I guess people are gonna ask you, are you gonna make like I did? I asked you if you're gonna make a video. Like, what do you think the best way to move on from like that part of your life is? Do you think that some people do like some fucking people do the twit longer shit, and that's fucking gay. Some
Mhm.
people like make a video on it, like we discussed before. Some people just say, "Hey,
Right.
I don't want to engage in it." Some people are just like, "Listen, you bring it up, you bring it up. I'll make the same statement continually and over." Like, what is a really good way that you would want to move on with it?
Well, I've actually already done some of those things. Like, I made a video after I released like the rest of the music that I hadn't gotten to when the whole controversy happened, and because like there was like a vinyl rollout and everything, and I talked about, yeah, I'm quitting. I have quit.
Uh huh.
I just released the rest of my music. I'm moving forward, yada yada, and that was kind of that. I hadn't talked about it, touched on it for I think like 6, 7, 8 months,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, that was
Okay.
that.
Why am I getting pinged? Hold up 1 second. I apologize. Huh. Okay. Interesting. You're here. I just got pinged with something.
What's up?
I'm gonna bring it on screen just so you're aware.
Okay.
There's a
Common and,
video here that I have.
Uh-huh.
It is called "The Aftermath of Yondev Cameron F305" by FPS Diesel.
Interesting.
I mean,
Is this new?
brand new. That's what I just got pinged with.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to watch it?
Not really.
You don't want to watch because I'm going to react to it. Why don't you want to watch it?
It's just not something I feel like I should engage with.
Why don't you want to engage with it? I'm curious.
Like I said earlier, it's not worth the energy or time.
It's not worth the energy or time. Is it because there's something in this video that you wouldn't like getting out?
I don't like. If it's there, it's there. I mean, it's like it's something from like
Mhm.
this is all shit from my teenage years. Like
From your
it's
teenage
silly.
years? Okay. Because, I mean, you said by the time of it, if I remember correctly, you were 19, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it went
So,
from 15 to 19. It was a good 4 years of my life.
yeah. So,
I'm just like, it's over.
it's over. So, if it's over, let's get over with. You know?
That's
Listen, I'm not.
like I appreciate your show, man, and I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just really not something I'm like willing to engage with, you know?
Okay. You're not willing to engage with it because you want to move on, or you're not willing to engage with it because you feel like it's not necessary. Like, listen, I'm just asking.
Both.
Okay. So you don't want to engage with it at all.
No, it's just like, why? You know? It's like if I spend my time engaging with like shit from
Mhm.
years ago, like I
Mhm.
feel like we're moving in circles here.
No,
Like,
I do apologize if we're moving in circles. I'm just trying to figure out why, for instance, you wouldn't want to engage with something that is about you by someone who's covered you in the past. I guess that's my big thing. Is just like something because I know this person has covered you, and I think,
right.
oh,
Well, Cameron.
What's up, Diesel?
Interesting that you don't want to watch it.
Why would I mean, you're a YouTuber, you know this better than most. Why would I like engage with this kind of shit?
You know, the thing is that you've been saying that this entire drama, and I really do think that you do not want this to get talked about. I really don't think you do. Now,
Well,
honestly, the onus is on you. I just want you to provide evidence of that, okay? Because you tried to pressure me into taking out a part of my video.
I did not. I made that very clear to you in private.
Yes, you did.
First of
Yes,
all.
you did. You
No,
did
I
it
didn't.
twice,
I made
right?
it extremely
Before
clear
you
to
two
you
keep
in
arguing.
private.
Hey, wait, before you two keep arguing, I'm gonna need proof of that shit. Right now. I'm gonna need proof of it.
I mean, I recorded my side of it, but
no. If there's a text, if there's an audio recording,
I made
I'm
it
not
extremely clear to him in private that
Okay.
if he wanted to leave it in the video, that's fine. I was gonna try to find whatever we were talking about. I'm not gonna get into it because first of all, it's a private conversation, and second of all, that's very personal shit that we were talking about in regards to like the proof that I was gonna send him.
Okay.
We talked about it. I told him that there was no pressure to remove anything, and I wouldn't blame him for not removing anything.
You know, the crazy part is, chat, that right after my call with Cameron, right, this very serious call, Cameron goes on an interview, right, a little later that evening with Food Shops.
Yeah.
Which I thought was hilarious. Cameron, are you familiar with Food Shops history?
No, I have no idea.
No, that's hilarious. I'm sure chat will be happy to provide that information to you.
What happened with Food Shops?
Okay, and before that, you're here running like defense for yourself in Diorio's Discord, saying like, "Oh, Diesel got some things wrong, this, that, and the other thing." But then when I pressure you on it, you don't provide it. You're like, "Oh, I can't find it. Oh, just give me some time to look for it." Right? I give you some time, and I got to be honest, I don't think you're gonna go look for it. I'm willing to admit that it's you haven't gotten it yet, and you can go find it, but
Well, first of all,
Like,
I haven't had the time. This was like a couple days ago. I'm in class. I was in a 7-hour class today. Okay, I have shit going that I'm working on. That's
so
Can I-
outside of
you
this.
have time to do glazing interviews and sit in everybody's chat that's reacting to you, but you don't have time to
I mean, I
find
got
this
a
thing
million fucking mentions
that
on
would
it on my
absolve
Twitter.
you. Okay, get off of Twitter and start looking for the fucking audio. I don't understand.
Which can I ask because
Look,
I don't know enough. What
look,
audio
this
are we
is
talking about?
nah, this is something that was talked about between us in private that
Uh-huh.
I was gonna try to get to him, and if I couldn't find it, couldn't find it because there was a lot of shit that was happening during that time where I was being. I'm not even gonna get into it,
I
but
I mean, what can you at least
it's not worth my
explain?
time,
Can you at least
and
explain what it is? Because I'm gonna
it's
be
not worth
honest.
my time.
If it's not worth your, if
I'm
it's
gonna
not worth,
no, listen.
Mhm.
It is not worth my time.
Okay,
I got other things I'm working on, so I'm gonna get to that. You
okay.
guys have a great stream, and I'm out.
Oh, hello, chat. Hi, Diesel.
Oh my god. What a brilliant, brilliant set of audio that you've gotten from Cameron tonight.
Let's see.
Fauji.
Adults are completely in control of their own actions, and minors can't control them.
Interesting.
Nobody controls him. Interesting. Hi, Cameron. If you're seeing this, by the way, hi. My name is Fauji. Diesel's my guy, and let's have a full conversation. So.
Oh.
This is what you call a fun time. Now, I know people who are probably going to react to this stream are like, this is fucking gay. You're absolutely right. This is fucking gay. Absolutely fucking gay. Homoerotic. I'm a fag. That's how it works. But this is going to be a good stream, chat. You want to know why this is going to be a good stream? Because we are premiering today FPS Diesel's newest video, the aftermath of Yandere Dev Cameron F305, with the man
my
himself.
God.
FPS Diesel. Now, chat, you may be asking, why the fuck did you do this? Yes, Wyoshi with the jump scare. Thank you very much, Picker. Now, chat, you may be asking yourself, what the fuck does that mean? Now, chat, it's so beautiful, right? Now, remember what our friend Cameron said. We talked about the reverse predators, minors. It's crazy that minors can control adults, right? Be crazy if we talked about that in this video. It'd be crazy if that all happens.
Okay, I just I want to presuppose some of this, right? So the allegation that comes from Cameron's own words in a private call with me over a year ago, multiple times, Cameron told me that he hooked up with the minor grooming victim of Yandere Dev. Now, the age gap in question between these two individuals is 19 and 16, and I'm not going to debate whether or not he's a pedophile or not.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily give a shit, right? Yeah. But the basis of it is that he went out to go meet this chick, right? They hook up, and he had sent audio of Yandere Dev to the police. Okay, so him hooking up with this minor would actually just complicate a police case. Him being so involved with Yandere Dev, right, and being such an active participant could have harmed that case. All right? And he doesn't want people to talk about it. Now, obviously, him hooking up with and cucking his pedophile boss, Yandere Dev, is a problem.
Yeah.
All right? But, you know, he doesn't want to fucking talk about it, right? He asked me to get rid of it in a private call where I reviewed his content cop for him. Okay? I said, oh, this is going to be good, blah, blah, blah. I actually give him some real fucking advice, right? I say, I'm going to need something. And then he follows up the next day saying, could you take it out? There are people who are litigating my drama from a year ago.
Now,
and
wait.
I'm like, I don't know about that. And then that's when I start looking into it. Right. So on the 9th, I have a call with him and basically take him to task over it. And there's like a 20-minute block, or not a 20-minute block. It's like a 10-minute block of silence where he's looking for the audio. And serendipitously, he can't find it.
So I want to make it very clear because I want to ask you, because I'm going to hold you to task to something you said. When you said you need to find me something, are you threatening him, or is he or did he previously promise you something that
he told me that he could provide it? He said he had his deck of cards were ready or something along those lines, something similar to that.
Because if I remember correctly, over a year ago, Cameron appeared on a stream of yours, high or drunk as a fucking kite, and tried to talk around having a specific audio clip that would have vindicated everyone and everything and blown the whole lid off of everything, but for some reason was unable to supply it. And if I remember correctly, there were allegations from the minor themselves that everything wasn't super duper consensual. Do I have that right?
Yeah. So the minor accused. So after they allegedly hook up, right? The minor gets mad at Cameron and makes an allegation. The minor alleges that Cameron basically forced himself onto her. I don't know whether or not that's true. This young lady is a chronic liar, right? I'm not going to even say that as a substantial claim. But you know, there's audio recording of Cameron and her talking about the event in the privacy of a call on their own without me there, right? Now, recently Cameron has told me that he actually lied and said that he hooked up with her and that he was being blackmailed and he was under duress. So he told me that he was being blackmailed to be this. To say that he slept with this minor.
Yeah. And it's important to note that, again, when he did this, he was 19. Yes, he was a minor when he was meeting with Dev. That's why I asked, like, did you think that you were groomed? Because it sounded like he was thinking he was groomed by Dev in some way, shape, and form. I don't think it was the sexual grooming.
Yeah, I wouldn't even try and fight that. I do agree with that.
I 100% believe that. 19 is not a minor. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. And if I remember correctly, now Diesel, correct me on it, he knew her when she was younger than 16, if I remember correctly.
They knew each other for the majority of time when she was 16. She
16.
turned 16 in February. So I'd probably say about that is when they knew each other over the length of the relationship up until she was about 17 in February of the next year.
So, you know, I think without further ado, we should react to this video together. You're here. I would love your caller. Like I told Cameron, I was planning on reacting to his video. Didn't know this was coming out. I always have the people.
Unironically, he should have just debated me. I know that it's like, oh, he would have been summarily owned, and we clearly set him up in a gay op today. It didn't help to run from
I can't wait for Content Cop, FPS Diesel, and the op block.
Oh, I'm certain he's gonna say that we like pre-planned this, which yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. What? This is comedy.
Yeah.
Listen. I'm gonna be honest. It's not like we. Let's be real. I'll keep it a buck. This wasn't a thing until today. This wasn't gonna happen if Cameron never came on. I was never gonna do that. If Cameron never came on, we were still gonna like do a bait and switch with the audience and react to this video. Oh Lord, what do we got here? Moss Fit with the 5 Canadian. Falgi and Diesel out of here playing 6-dimensional badminton. My pants are full. Thank you, Moss Fit. Thank you. Yeah, we do try to have some fun. So I think without further ado, unless some of the other ops want to pop in, because I know that they're there, they're waiting, we can do a full color commentary round the robin table.
It is so self-glazing to sit here and react to myself. I will say that.
I will say this before we continue. I expected compensation for glaze. Hey, Greg, what's up? I thought you were too sick to be here. Hey, Garrett, Ash, what's up?
Hey. Yeah, we had a fun time watching.
You?
You're to join.
I am
I'm
sick,
here.
but I'm not as sick as I might be.
I'm not here to not laugh at something.
There's one more person that should probably be here. Cloudy, if you can get in here, by all means. Now, I want to give a special shout out, because Cameron, you wouldn't know this, obviously. I want to give a very special shout out to our audience. Our audience 100% did not, and I truly mean did not fuck around. And you guys were very, very chill. Because I know you guys watched Diesel's video yesterday on this. And you all knew who Cameron was if you were in the Discord. So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm very proud of you, chat. Very, very proud of you. You guys kept it together. This is for a very special mention. This is for Slug. I give you the aftermath of Yandere Dev, Cameron F3. Like the stream, y'all, and let's get in.
A year ago, I released a video titled The Fall of Yandere Dev, and that cataloged over 3 hours the grooming allegations regarding Yandere Dev, a disgraced game developer. The video would consume roughly 5 months of my life as I unraveled this ludicrous conspiracy of internet morons.
He left the Discord!
No shit. He left the Discord.
Oh, guys, listen, like I said, I'm gay as fuck. I am so gay. Oh, let's go.
For the uninitiated, the pitch starts like this. Yandere Dev, aka Alex Mahan, was starting a romantic relationship with someone who was 16 going on 17. Alex being 35 to 36 over the course of the story. This was horrific to find out, but it got even worse than that as everybody in this story was fumbling something. Everybody had their hand in the cookie jar. It was a fumble of epic proportions I have not ever seen since. One of the people that was involved with this was a person by the name of Cameron F305, who many of you may have seen recently in a recent explosive video aping the content cop.
Thank you.
How the fuck am I hearing the dono sounds?
Because I have it on the screen.
It's the way. It's the way he's screen sharing, not screen sharing, not window sharing.
Okay. Is that why there's like an echo?
So you have to mute Falcon.
You gotta mute Falky on Discord.
Oh, pog. Okay.
Pog. This is how you stream to your friends. Yes, we feed that dog.
You have to make sure when the stream's over, you unmute Fauci.
Yeah,
okay. Got it.
You're okay.
This stream is put together with duct tape and bubblegum.
And hopes and dreams.
It's time to feed the puppers. It's time to give her treats. It's time to feed the dog now. On the Uplock stream tonight. Come on, Leia. Good girl. Let's go.
Man, that dog knows what a stream
The
is.
dog knows.
The dog knows what she only comes on in and out. Hello, Cloudy. How are you doing?
Hi. That was fantastic. Are you single?
No, I'm not.
That's crazy. What are you doing later?
Oh my god.
Hi,
Get a
chat.
fucking room.
Wasn't that incredible? I adore my Pookies, my wonderful internet Pookies. Please give it up for everybody here.
Yeah.
Fucking 07's in the chat. Everyone worked.
This was a really big group effort to make this happen. Unironically, I don't think I mentioned that before, right? But a great help by the rest of the team. Okay, everybody.
Hi,
played
chat.
A little bit of a
Hearts
role
to
in this.
chat. 07's
Even
chat.
the mods, everybody kept quiet.
Everyone
That's
did.
actually
Even the
funny
mods.
as shit.
Chat, what that means is now you proliferate the shit out of that video. Go.
There's also a pin.
Posted your stream in his Discord. It got deleted. Wild shit.
Yeah. If you're more of a reader, Andy, there's a Google Doc in the pinned comment of the video.
Yes.
Yeah.
This Google
right
Doc?
there. Yeah, that Google Doc.
Weird.
And it catalogs more of the history, along with extra screenshots that were not included in the video.
We'll go over this doc in a little fucking bit after the video. 'Cause the video's not that long. We even have chat a Google Docky. Let's go. Yes,
Right
give me an
before it
Oscar,
came out.
please.
So what happened in this ridiculous story? Why does it matter? And what happened since then, since some new stuff has happened? Let's save everyone that 3-hour video that I posted and give you the TLDW and find out where these people are now. Join me as we uncover the aftermath of Yandere Dev.
It's crazy.
You're
You know
telling
what?
me she told you that?
But
Bro,
Wow, there's actually music.
The Last of Us 2 style guitar intro.
Oh, thank you, Slug, for the
I know,
two.
right?
Cloudy, why did you send me a Vaporeon Funko
Nope,
Pop?
it was me. I sent it to you. But thank you.
Everybody knows I only send out 2 Mad U2s, so.
Yeah, they're really expensive.
What's
Yeah.
that post? The Vaporeon is the fuckable Pokemon.
Moving on.
Oh my god!
Not doing
No,
this.
What?
What are
We
you doing?
went
that is
over this.
absolutely
We
going
went
to be
over
in
this.
his video.
Just veto.
What,
Veto.
that we're all weird gooners? Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't do what you we didn't do what you
apparently
did, so
one of the chatters was quoting him, and it says, "Look, homie, it was silly, but I'd rather not get into it. It involves more than a year-old situation that was already mostly debunked." Response from him. Okay, not only was it not debunked, he actually deliberately avoided this question in the video he took down, chat, but we'll get there.
yeah.
Okay, let's get back into it.
Hit play.
Allie, you lied.
Yeah.
Understand that, and I do apologize for that.
Saw a little bit more than I should have seen. Okay, timid.
Hey, Blue, you okay with the 2?
You didn't blow Falgi's cover. Chat, have a star, glowing star emoji.
Thank you, chat.
Pensively, and only like
Synthetic.
The
thank you for
Last
the
of
2.
Us 2, the good cut.
Good to see you, Synthetic.
Thank you.
one time. There were 2 times I saw. There was only one time I implied I wanted to see it.
The man of the hour is Dev, aka Alex. Dev, as I came to understand,
Oh, their face!
and over the course of this ridiculous story,
If God didn't make a more pedophile-looking face, Jesus Christ!
Oh my god.
I mean,
well, if it's any consolation, he's gotten fat with age.
Oh, okay. Well,
Twink death comes for you all.
Twink death. Oh, good.
I tried bringing this up to Diorio in chat, but he didn't see my message. Sag. It's fine. It's fine.
I think the video will do fine.
The video will do fine.
He's the archetypal incel, complete with poor opinions on sex and outburst of outrageous anger. For the uninitiated to his lore, it starts like this over 10 years ago. You see, a conversation bubbled up on 4chan's V.
Let's see, what does it say? Let us discuss the mechanics of Yandere Simulator. Set in school, pick a boy, stalk him, kill girls who flirt with / talk to / look at him. Stealth gameplay. Have to stalk the boy without getting spotted. Set up accidents to kill girls, or kill girls without getting caught. Using a variety of school supplies. Dating sim gameplay. Have to win the heart of the boy you've chosen without letting him find out you are jealous and a murderous psychopath. Bad end. Kill the boy and kill yourself. Good end. Kill all the harlots who tried to steal the boy from you. Live happily ever after. Now, chat, I have a confession. I have played Yandere Sim. I have played this game.
You
I
have?
mean, a lot of people have, yeah.
I haven't.
I only because a friend had it. I played it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Markiplier.
There's this YouTuber named Markiplier. He
I
played
played
it.
it through Markiplier. It was me ghosting the shelling him. I do want to say, we haven't seen this yet. Also.
Oh yeah, you guys haven't seen
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
We haven't seen
PRO
this.
future
So
diary is over. Let it go.
I know. So
Thank you.
Thank you. But this is an old. This is 2014 to be fair. This is an old post.
So yeah, you're getting this live with us, chat.
Yep.
Much younger Yandere Dev discussed the idea of a social stealth game with others online. That conversation would bubble into a game that would never release. It would bubble into Yandere Simulator.
Bro, that's fucking hairline.
You color corrected your camera work and not this, and you're making him look so bad.
Bro,
he literally just
so
looks
good.
like that.
I know.
You know I leave out a lot of his history here, but since it's on stream and I can just yap.
Yeah.
One of the weird things about Yandere Dev is that he used to be a games journalist, where he would like cover titty stuff. Right? He used to have like a
He
titty
was a
website.
games journalist?
Well, he was like one in college, so he was like a pretend one, right? But he was
okay.
like
All right,
covering
all
like
right.
best gaming babes and shit like that.
It's
Like people call me a gooner, but this guy's like clinically overdosing on fucking 2D breasts.
Gooning.
I love it.
As Dev began his development, release dates were pushed back, almost in perpetuity. People began noticing how this guy would react to criticism and basically just freak out. The cracks were small at first, but over time, this would boil over into drama. Dev tried to stop the bleeding with an unhinged blog post, cataloging and
All right,
addressing...
chat. Also, want to just say, I know you can all be parasocial with Diesel, but I have to tell you guys a little secret. Every time he puts the earring on, he does it for Cloudy. It's just how it happens every time.
I was gonna bring it up too.
It's a
So you guys are just gonna tell my business like that?
I was, but I didn't. But now I'm choosing not to have done it. I'm sick.
That's
I
crazy.
get a pass.
That's crazy. Wow.
I
Wow.
get a pass.
Wow.
Just one time, I'll allow it.
But Greg's your cousin.
What?
Oh, Greg's your cousin.
What?
No.
What?
Greg's your
His
cousin?
various controversies.
Yeah, he's my dad.
That's kind of
What
racist.
are these controversies?
Yeah, why would you guys say that?
We're not all related.
That's what Diesel told
That's wild.
me.
I didn't say that.
You know,
Don't
he was
throw that on me.
Diesel?
he was
Diesel?
like he was digging back into his past. That's what it was.
To play the shitty games that suck ass.
Oh, he's the angry video game nerd.
Controversies, and how long is the list? Well, it's pretty damn long. So let's include some famous ones that are actually on his debunk page, which is no longer up. Threatening suicide or trying to push others to suicide.
true, Kat.
A corporate fumbling from publisher Tiny Build that cost Dev literally a blank check.
Okay, can you explain that to me? Because you told me this like randomly, and I'm like, what do you mean he lost it?
Okay, all right. So basically, Tiny Build wanted to buy the short version.
yeah.
Tiny Build wanted to buy and produce Yandere Simulator.
Yeah.
and they were
They gave him, like, a
offering him
coder
money
help
for
with
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
They gave him a coder or a programmer or something, and then he refused to work with them.
Yeah, and
Why?
he just refuses to work because he's a fucking crazy person who thinks
He's a
he's
Okay,
crazy
no,
person.
that's fine.
Yeah.
He's just
He's a
crazy.
crazy
Okay, I didn't know if it was
person.
like I didn't know if there was an actual reason.
No, but he did leave a lot of money on the table by choosing not to work with Tiny Build. But given Hello Neighbor's negative success question mark, I don't know if it was a good or a bad decision in the long term. He probably would be much richer if he was.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so.
His teenage web history, where he wrote vivid murder fantasies about his parents, and a Fallout fan fiction featuring rape.
Cloudy, what's the over/under on the Fallout fan fiction?
I
We
can
haven't
send
read
it
it.
to you.
Hit
If
play.
you wanted rape fan fiction.
Sure, yeah, send it to me.
But you have to read it in his intonations.
I don't. Yeah, I'd have to listen to his voice.
You have to read the super mutant voice like the super mutant.
Sex licenses, which the conversation's as bad as you think it is. Weird dismissals of pedophilia. He's been accused of spending Patreon money on a life-size Samus Aran sex doll.
Wow.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's got a type.
Yeah, he like
You know
broke
what?
its wrist. It was kind of sad.
He broke
Man,
its
that's
wrists.
Allegedly.
His entire code
Allegedly.
is just if else then statements.
That's insane. Thank
Did you get a
Jim.
friction burn? Jesus Christ.
Well, he broke it. He broke the joints in his sex doll that he didn't buy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but Claude just said wrist joint, so I just imagine he got
Like-
friction
like-
burn.
Oh
from
yeah.
friction.
Is this hog that tiny that like the fucking the wrists would
Well,
like
he,
clang
he
together?
told the miner his dick is 8 inches, so.
Oh, oh, you're precious.
Oh, arrested development. Holy shit. Also, it's Aaron, not Aran. Aran? Really?
It's
Yeah,
it's
Ron.
It is
Samus
a
Aran.
It's-
Samus Aran.
It's Iran.
No,
It
Listen,
is
man,
Iran.
It's
I
alright.
was very careful with my pronunciation in this video, okay? Because I didn't want Chud to be like, you mispronounced
You
some
did
words.
last
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. but-
Chad was like, you could have just done the take again.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Chud is
He's
fair.
right.
Chad is
He's right.
fair.
Here's a post from that website.
Ah, what is that thing in the corner? Ah!
you know exactly what that is.
Ah!
Back when she had non-broken wrists.
Ah!
That's me in the corner.
The reasons I'm interested in getting a doll are pretty simple. They're so beautiful. They're so sexy. I just want to have a gorgeous doll around my house and have fun posing her and dressing her up. At the very least, she would be the prettiest decoration in my home. And at the most, she can even bring me a comfort and a sense of companionship.
I hate how you gotta use that voice.
Yeah, because he wouldn't read it like this. It would be like, the reasons I'm interested in getting a doll are pretty simple.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go.
What, I have to have more autism? Like,
autism mode. Yes.
Yeah, you need more autism. You need more autism when you read that.
No, but I'm only reading it in the way that he thinks it's written. Like, he thinks that it's
Oh, the
that
way
tone.
he
Yes,
wants it
yes,
to come
yes,
off?
yes, 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 yes. Tell Falgi about the chalice. He needs to know.
Tell Falgi about the chalice.
Oh.
He
boy.
needs to know.
You don't know about the
Upside
chalice?
down,
You
face
don't know
him
about the
over.
I don't know what the
Okay,
chalice
okay,
is.
okay,
I don't know
okay.
what's
Oh
about.
Lord.
I know about
Upside
the
down,
chalice.
It's all
face
you. It's all you,
emoji.
boss. It's all you, boss.
I'm gonna get some
Wow,
water.
I
I'm
actually
gonna
go
be
through this
listening.
entire video without talking about the chalice, actually, which is crazy.
I'm gonna go
I
grab
do call
water
him the
before.
cum chalice guy at one point. The gist of the cum chalice is that he made like
The
a video
gist?
post where he was like, I ever X, and then he's like holding this plastic chalice with milk in it, and so everybody called it the cum chalice. I think he was talking about Dota or something. But he takes a sip of his milk from the chalice, and so people say it's the cum chalice. It also, by the way, there's like a visual signifier of like evil people drinking milk. So don't drink milk on camera unless you want to look evil.
Oh.
Is that real?
Yeah, you
Also-
watch a Clockwork Orange once, and it's just downhill from there.
That's wild.
Also, good point. Also, Diesel almost bought it.
I did almost buy it. I was trying to purchase it when I was on good
You
terms with
should
Yonder
have
Dev.
bought it.
Yeah.
You should have bought
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Let's get back into it.
Website, the Yandere Simulator game is an
Damn, this video already has like 600. We're cooking, boss.
unoptimized, unfinished, buggy, and poorly programmed mess. And when questioned on it, he flips out. He's been accused of doing asset flips for Yandere Sim, or just stealing assets from online. The game has been called a self-insert fetish project.
Damn.
That one's probably the most true one on here if you've ever played the game. There is a toothbrush that kills the game's performance and crashes it. That video has a lot of views.
Why does it have
It has
so
a
many
billion
views?
polygons on it.
Yeah, yeah.
On
a lot
the
of the
toothbrush of all things.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the toothbrush specifically, but there's a bunch of high. So that video is like one of them, and I've heard. I don't want to say that it was like via Cameron. Cameron and I have talked quite a bit over our long period of knowing each other, by the way. And this is also not the first time that I have done something that has annoyed him, by the way, as well. But you know, he's often said like, "Oh, this isn't true," or "This is true." So the toothbrush, I don't know how true it is. But there are many items in the game, and you can play it right now, that completely tank the performance of the game when you play it. Because there's too many like vertices and shit on the models.
Hold up, I'm tweeting something.
Huh.
We've let the video play then.
Fine.
He hasn't seen it yet.
About a
What's so
damn
much?
toothbrush in a video game that's not out. The
It's
history of
second monitor
Yandere
content.
Simulator is cataloged online
Not
by
for me.
No, you're
numerous
always
people,
My favorite.
including
Okay.
Yandere
It's his first
Simulator.
monitor for me.
no.
Shut up.
To be fair, I did
Well,
watch this video
he's
before.
on all my damn monitors, so I win.
Oh my god, guys.
Damn.
Who's on all your damn monitors? Me?
No,
Nobody
we
won.
have to be.
Don't-
we have to
No,
one each
Diesel.
other.
Ah, that's fair.
We have to
Mhm.
one up each other for who loves Diesel the most.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I should actually you know what, chat? I forgot about something. I should change the stream title. Huh.
You
Edit.
gay up camera.
No.
F3O.
No, we already know what it is.
Exposing.
Season.
Let's see. Exposing the past of Cameron 305.
F.
I know. I have the at.
Okay.
I have the at.
No,
No, F.
Eh,
Like an
okay.
F.
F.
F305.
Yep. Let me just change
Press
the title.
F.
real
Pay
quick.
respects.
Love y'all, chat. Refresh that page. Remember to like the stream.
Simulator's own website, which features embellished retellings from Dev's perspective, which are ultimately him trying to just save his own ass. But believe it or not, none of these things were the killing blow, actually. It actually took a lot, and, you know, the guy's still trucking today. Now, the short version of the killing blow was that Yandere Dev came into contact with a girl named Jelly, who you might hear referred to as a bunch of other names, none of which are actually her name. Now, Jelly
Yes, you
and
will.
Dev,
Okay, so you will hear Jelly also be called Anne. You'll also hear or see potential video and audio recordings that kind of indicate some things, but we'll get there, chat. We'll get there. You know, you just made like Ethan's strongest soldier in the iDubbbz debate. Just like crash out. This is now. You know
Made
that this
Ethan's strongest shoulder.
this video. Yeah, Cameron is a lolcow now.
He always
I
was a
hope that
Lolcow,
Yeah.
motherfuckers, okay? You know how many people on Kiwi farms are like being like, Lamau, I can't believe fucking Cameron, the guy who did gay ops for fucking Yandere Dev, did a content cop. And
Yeah,
everybody was like,
like
oh
an evil
man, they don't
child.
fucking know. They don't fucking know, blah, blah, blah.
Remember,
Do they know?
Listen,
know
man,
now.
I don't want to say that I said it, but I did say this a year ago, okay? I'm literally relitigating the drama.
Diesel,
okay?
you get to have your "I told you so" moment.
I know.
You get to
I
have
literally am
that.
having it. This is
He's been
great.
dragged by a point all commentaries.
It wouldn't have happened if he
Make a
didn't
video
go
on
into
all you
your
guys.
DMs about it.
It'd be a content code.
yes, content cope is a
Content
Cameron,
cope.
if you're
Thank
still
we
watching,
we were
content
we were
cope.
trying.
That
we were
was
trying
the
so
word.
hard.
That
We
was the
couldn't
word.
think. Oh fuck.
Content
We needed
cope.
one more brain. We needed one more brain.
God damn it!
All right, start it
I
over.
thought. All right.
We're good. We're good.
From the top.
Began talking online, and Jelly was a minor at the time, but Dev entertained talking to her anyway. His reasoning basically boils down to she's mature for her age, and she was 16 to 17 at the time of these events, and he was 35 going on 36. So you can imagine that this is not an appropriate relationship to have. Now, between myself and various other people involved in the story, there are quite literally hours of calls between him and Jelly. You can find all these online. The files were released by another YouTuber in the story named Ali.
It'd be interesting if some of those calls are in a Google Doc.
Wait, where could we find that kind of thing, fellas?
Well,
Where would
if
we
you
find
guys go to the pinned comment of this video, you can see a Google Docie and you can hear some never before heard audio clips of Cameron 305, F305, and a very young lady who, by the way, is 18 at the time of this broadcast, but Diesel was very stern and specific. He did not want to face dox her regardless of her past. So you know what? Diesel is fair.
So how did this whole pedophile thing start, right? For those of you unfamiliar with this drama, allow me to give you some clips of this cognito hazard. And of course, if you're watching this and you're a streamer or something, you've been warned.
You're cute. You put your hands on your.
right here.
I fucking hate this clip.
This one's bad.
Okay.
This one isn't even the worst one.
I'm so glad that I kept all my notes from this a year ago, so I didn't have to like go through everything with like a fine-tooth comb. It is so fucking disgusting to listen to him try and flirt with this fucking minor.
This is a reminder.
Disgusting.
This is a reminder. This is Yondev, not Cameron.
Yeah, this is Yondev, but it's important context.
Like my seriousness stance. Like I'm.
Whoa!
Wait for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She turns on the voice. She she turned on the fucking voice. Goddamn.
What are you doing with your finger there?
I'm thinking. These are. Am I thinking?
You're so cute.
Fucking excuse me.
Think, and then your brain is working, and you're.
You're so fucking cute.
This guy is content cooking me so bad. Thank you for sacrificing your own watch time for this, Falgi.
No problem, Bossoms. Thank you, thank you. I will say
Anytime.
this. Please watch the video Diesel put out.
Yeah.
Share
don't
it with
just
your
watch
friends.
from us.
Share it with your favorite content creator. I don't give a fuck.
Share it with your family members.
Could you,
Maybe not your
family, we're
family.
gonna all
Show
sit down
your
and watch
mom.
my favorite.
Show your mom.
Don't tell grandma to watch this video with you. Tell your grandma to watch this video.
Name 5 months,
Name
dude.
McName name became a member. Named McName
I don't know why
name
the
celebrates
color's not
5
changing.
months of membership.
They should be
I am
changing now.
filled with so much disgust right now.
Yeah, I am too.
Pat.
He
Pat.
says Pat. I want him.
I hate
Dude, that's
That's the
like
worst.
fucking acceptable. That's the worst part of it.
Oh God.
Oh.
Now, I mentioned the
stop
large-scale
saying it.
leaker is Ali, and I'll
Hey,
explain who she
Redux, thank you for the 1 gift sub. Car, you are now. an
Car
unblocked
became a member.
Thank you.
is in a moment. But Ali was holding on to all of this and assuming that Jelly was the world's most innocent girl the entire time. And Jelly was most certainly not. She's a victim, but she also is one of the most deeply disturbed people in this entire story.
But remember, guys, earlier said Cameron. What did he say? He says adults know better. Hint, hint.
The Weaver Off Dreams became a member. The Weaver Off Dreams celebrates 5 months of membership. I was about to eat. This call made me not want to.
Thank you, Weaver.
Enjoy your dinner when you get around to it.
Jelly has a long history of posting pictures of her body on 4chan as a minor. She participated in Discord servers that
Quantum
provided
PZ
rules on how to
became a
blackmail
member.
pedophiles for
Quantum
money.
PZ celebrates 5 months of membership. Soy is soy 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 soy.
Diesel.
Thank you, Quantum.
Who do you
Thank
think
you, Quantum.
bought... Thank you, Quantum.
Love you.
Diesel, who do you think bought Jelly The Sims 4?
God, you know, both of them say, if you'd ask both of them now, both of them would say no. But I do have messages of Cameron saying that he did.
Oh, so Cameron bought his child girlfriend.
And again,
Oh,
I'm not making the child bride pedo argument.
I'm not.
Okay?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's for comedic effect. I don't believe that.
I'm not making that argument, right? Because it's so like edge case, but like he said that he bought it for her birthday. You know, like the $40 expansions or whatever.
He bought her the
Because
expansion.
her parents couldn't do it for her.
No, her cavalcade. Now it is to be fair. Diesel will go into it. I'll let Diesel say it now.
As a minor, she participated in Discord servers that provided rules on how to blackmail pedophiles for money, food, and games. She even tried to do that with Yandere Dev. Hell, the reality is, she probably did. She probably made off like gangbusters. Jelly is extremely antisocial in her behavior. She has had practice doing this, and Dev was not her first mark. Now, I should mention, Dev is the adult here, and he should be held accountable for his actions.
Hint, hint.
Which is why, despite the deliberate, calculated, and malicious behavior of Jelly, the buck stops with Dev. Full stop. Jumping ahead a moment, though, this whole thing I had never had access to was this footage that I'm going to show you next, of Dev admitting the heinous activity that had just been alluded to this entire time. And so, again, cognito hazard unless you want to think about the cum chalice guy jerking off.
Yeah, these conversations got out of...
Why do I need
Mad
to hear about
Fox
cum chalice?
94 became a member. Mad Fox 94 celebrates 1 month of membership. Sorry for the late arrival. Chris just wrapped
Where
up.
is Chris? You know, I put on a show for Mr. Denark, and he doesn't show up.
And thank you.
I can't believe Chris missed this.
I
can't believe Chris missed this.
There's a lot of people in here already.
I know. I already know. I love Mr. Denark. It's very, very funny. And yes,
Mr.
Why do you call him Denark? Why do you call him
Mr.
Denark?
Denark.
That's what I said.
That makes him sound so old.
Diorio?
It makes him sound Italian is what it makes him sound like.
Because he is Italian.
Is he not?
By all
Is he
means.
not? I thought he was.
They're
Is
all
he- is he
Italian.
Italian?
They're all Italian. Are you?
Is
are
everyone
you
in New York State Italian?
Lord,
Yeah.
Yes.
They get the pass.
Okay.
Diesel, are you Italian?
He is
No,
now.
but I've been raised around many, so I'm
So you're
like,
Italian.
adopted. Yeah.
Adopted Italian.
He's an honorary Italian.
out of control, and I should have stopped them, and I didn't. And, well, I wasn't going to mention that in the video.
Also, is this game fun? Like sidetrack?
Haste is very fun, yes.
Very cool.
On my list.
Oh, yeah, okay, I saw a little bit more than I should have seen. Okay, timidly, pensively, and only like one time. There were 2 times I saw. There was only one
Hey,
time I
Kyra,
implied
thank
I
you for
wanted.
two, dude.
Chris was watching Heat and being Peaches 2.0 at Leo.
Oh,
Yeah, Okay, the fun fact, I've seen those messages. Yeah, Heaton is a fucking asshole. I don't know if you're gonna jump. Stop telling people you're gonna do it. It's annoying.
Just do it.
No, don't hurt yourself. I make this joke.
I love being employed. I don't know what any of those words you said.
No, I make the joke, but don't threaten it in somebody's DMs. It's really fucking gay.
Oh yeah, don't be cringe. Don't do that.
Don't like vague suicide bait. It's really, really disrespectful to people who have those thoughts.
Wanted to see it. When she said the conversation got sexual, what did that mean? Well, she said to me, "Hey, I'm really horny. Do you mind if I masturbate?" And I said, okay. And then she just started. She was just moaning into the microphone, and then she finished like a minute later. She said it was my voice that did it for her. And another time, you know how like when you're having a conversation, it's just so easy to just give a reply without thinking, hey, wait a minute, this it's kind of inappropriate to say that to someone who's young. I didn't show her. She just said, how big is your dick? And I said 8 inches. I never say
liar.
Why would you
Thank you,
answer
Pi.
that question?
Also, I don't have anything funny to say. I'm just disgusted.
Why would you answer that question? Why?
We're all supposed
Persona
to cringe
3
together in unison.
Why would you sit on this for months?
Yeah, why would you sit on this for months? Yeah, that's the other thing. Like for those who like don't know, Diesel, you joined the story rather like late into the gay opping of Yondev by other people.
Yeah. The video by Ali was already being produced when I had gotten there. And so like all of the coaching that Ali and her compatriots did had already happened.
Yeah.
Do you think it was on reflex to answer?
Bro just blocked me. I said, Cameron, leave them kids alone. Bird? Wait, am I blocked?
Wow. That is so
wait,
funny.
am I blocked? I gotta know.
Dude, it's gonna be
Also-
really funny when he hops on stream with Flamenco and Michael Alberto.
Oh, allegations
my
are
God.
evidence, buddy. Nope.
He did.
Allegations are evidence.
Again, one of the things he said is that he was sitting on something.
So
Again,
he
there's
he didn't block me yet, but he did unfollow me. This is very sad day.
Oh, no.
Oh, how are you gonna? You okay, Diesel? You want to talk
I
about
don't
it?
know how I'll cope.
Are you taking
You'll bounce
it all
back.
right?
Yeah, we'll bounce back.
You need a
bounce
hug.
back.
You
You
need a
can bounce
hug.
I mean, he's the new
I think he needs
content
a hug.
cop. I don't
That's
think he likes me.
right. I can't wait. Listen.
Yeah, you're old news. You're
Again,
washed up.
it's TH.
Yeah, when okay, no. When since he's a new content cop, when is he going to discover empathy?
Probably about
Wow.
30
I
or
want-
so.
I want to know.
What do you mean? What do you mean? He discovered empathy. He met a minor, and he felt feelings he never felt
God.
before. He just met a very
Oh,
listen. He just met a very mature 16-year-old. That's all it was. That's gonna be clipped out of context.
That is.
That's
Someone
crazy.
clip that.
That's
Please,
crazy.
someone clip
Ah,
that.
kill
Someone
me.
clip that.
saved a single thing.
So there it is. There's the admission from Dev that many people just were wishing to have for such a long time. In a recent call I had with a former confidant and collaborator of Dev's, Cameron F305, he revealed to me that these anonymous leaks were his. He provided them during a conversation he had with Reddit mods over a period of few days. Cameron is going to come back into this story in a little bit as well, but let's get through the rest of the characters.
I want to pause something because I saw somebody say it. This is not an Ian W or a Hassan W. Very pointedly, this is just a Cameron L.
Well, I was saying as I started writing this to like Falgi and the rest of the ops, I'm like, I don't want to be given like any side a win. Like this is my, like this is personal.
Yeah, no,
I
that's understandable. It's
hate
personal.
everything about this guy. Can I invoke myself?
No, Bossoms, you
No,
can't invoke
we need you.
yourself. But you can buy Persona 3 Reloaded now on Steam. You can learn what an invoker does.
Oh my god.
Okay, chat. I'm gonna let a little secret. Because somebody said we stand Diesel. I made the joke that Diesel was my stand coming in. Before anything ever happened.
Baby stand.
He is my stand.
In this story. So how'd all this stuff start? Well, it all starts with a simple expose video by a YouTuber called Ali MCC. She now goes by Ali's son, and she
Now, if you're in Diesel's community, I know I pause a lot. You may recognize this image. If you're in Diesel's Discord, post the fucking drunken wine lady in the Discord right now. This is who that is. Special shout outs to Cat Was Taken for making this crazy ass shit.
That is an oldie but a goodie. That's an oldie but a goodie.
Oh my god, wait. Yes, Diesel is my persona, and I did invoke her myself. That is true.
She published a
did invoke
video
your
on
persona.
Yandere Dev. Basically,
What would be my? Would it just be the Goblin? Yeah, my
it would just
my
be the
stand is
Goblin.
the Goblin.
Yeah.
My stand. My
No,
persona
isn't
is
the
the
one
Goblin.
with the sun, the goblin with the holds the sun up or something?
Maybe,
like? I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, we could do that.
He's a lower level one.
over the course of 40 minutes, she relayed the story of Jelly, a minor and things were messy and not really what Allie was putting out there. The story was a lot more complicated than what Allie wanted it to be. Allie was gathering these recordings of Dev by collaborating with the minor victim Jelly. As in, calls would happen and occur, and Jelly would live react to Allie in a group chat, and then would share the calls with Allie, and Allie would give notes and encourage further prodding for the good of victims everywhere. Yes, seriously. Allie held the insane contradictory position of Jelly, the minor, is a victim, but also is a minor who can't consent and has it in her power to stop Dev anyway, despite the fact that she can't consent and shouldn't be here anyway.
So, Diesel, why don't you make that a little bit clearer for the class?
Okay, she'd be like, Jelly, you need to do this. Think about all the good you're gonna do for victims that could happen later. And then Jelly would be like, I don't know if I can do it. I'm scared. And then she would go and do it happily because the whole like innocent girl act was like a lie by Jelly. But either way, this fucking lady who was like 20 years her senior was like, go do it. You'll be very successful. You'll be a very successful predator poacher if you do this, Jelly.
Insane. Yes. Yes, for those who don't know, she convinced the minor, even though the minor was already doing it, to sext Dev more. And if I remember correctly, I don't remember if you get to it in this video. If I remember, that's like part of that's like a point of contention where he said I wasn't doing, like, at a time she kind of forced it upon me, and there's like a point in messages where he kind of tries to slow it down. Is that right? If I remember that correctly?
Are you talking about Dev?
Yes, Dev.
Beneath the Mask, good choice. A+ music decision.
I mean, it's one of Yandere Dev's favorite video games. So.
It is.
As far as like his interaction with Jelly, we don't know when or if they stopped interacting, because she would constantly make new accounts and then interact with him. So we don't know how often she was or was not interacting with him.
Not to mention it was happening on all platforms as well.
That is also true.
Yeah.
But Fauci, and I think you're talking about how in one of the calls, I think with Diesel, he says that he drew the line on buying her Sims 4.
Yes. Yeah, I was getting there.
Imagine that being the line. That's the line. Is no, I'm not.
Everything else was fine.
All right, chat.
Oh, it's a goal.
It's a goal. It's time to feed the puppers. Cameron F305, he ran away. He was too scared to debate on the Uplock stream tonight. All right, everybody. Good girl. Let her go.
Okay, that was a good one.
How dare you taint my daughter's song?
Oh, I'm sorry. She's our daughter.
Admittedly, that was a good ad lib. That was a good ad lib. I gotta give him credit.
Listen, I do it all the time. We're here. Diesel's never like here where we have our things.
He's here all the time.
He watches every stream.
I hope he does.
Every single one.
Well, now he's going to be obligated to.
Yeah.
So literally, this minor is the only person that can stop Yandere Dev? Okay, so I obviously don't know what specifically happened with the feds, but at the time I found out about all of this, myself and my team got in contact with somebody at the FBI, at a local FBI office to where Jelly is located. There were multiple personal correspondence over the time period of this happening, an agent working on the case. Things dried up. You know, we had it all. We had a personal direct line to them, email to share information. It was serious. But
this was the birth of the news team, wasn't it? Like you
getting
people
together.
This
actually was the birth of the news team.
Yeah. It's just
this was the crucible that eventually formed into the op block.
It is. And today.
So wait, are you saying that?
No, don't say it. Don't put that on him. I know what you're about to say. Everybody knows what you're about to say. You're not going to say it. Those words aren't going to come out.
Because it's the op block only exists because of Cat. It's just the reality. We're only
I mean, that's all.
Cat.
Okay.
It's just the truth.
I think, in my personal opinion,
I'm not going to say it.
This victims crusade that Allie was doing over this period of time is exactly why this case went nowhere. They were having a minor basically try to sting Operation a pedophile. The entire time this was going on, by the way, as I would grill Allie refused to listen to me or cooperate at every turn. I would repeatedly tell her that Jelly is more than she lets on, but this lady wouldn't listen to me and would continue to do whatever the hell she felt like, ultimately making the situation worse for everybody.
All right. I'm going to drop the pretense here, right?
Mhm.
Here's how it looks to me, right? To me, it kind of looks like you might have had an
I
active
need to unlock
hand
this character
in trying to entrap Yandere
This is a
Dev using a
mod.
real minor.
Oh, I gotta get
Right?
this mod then.
I have a call that
I only played
allegedly
the
includes
bow and arrow
you,
person.
Krexa, and Jane, where Krexa is encouraging Jane to
Okay,
record these
chat.
calls
Krexa really isn't
and trying
important to the
to-
story. It's just another person right now.
Yeah.
But since this is a stream, I'll give you the TLDR.
Wait. Hold up.
Okay. Oh,
It's almost
perfect.
like we
This is-
have a table of context. So Diesel,
I
who
know,
is
holy
Krexa?
Krexa, ex-roommate and ex-coworker, did some songs with Cameron and accused Cameron of abuse. Domestic abuse specifically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's who Krexa was.
We'll
She
get
was crazy. She like flew away and fucked off.
Yeah. Didn't they steal money or something? Or is that a different person?
r/Osana, which is
Oh, yeah.
basically the anti-community, fucking raised money for Krexa and a mod,
Mhm.
and then Krexa ran off with all the money.
Yeah.
get entrapping material on him.
Mm-hmm.
Any comment?
All right.
Well, I have been in deeper contact with Krexa.
Oh.
She has
A wise fighting game
been-
player once said, you should invoke her yourself.
True.
Now.
True.
wanting me to basically she has some things she wants to get out about Cameron that I am still trying to look into and unsure if I'm going to pursue. That's not something that, I really want to share with people because she also feels afraid. And again, I don't know like exactly how that's going to go or if I'm going to pursue it. So I'm not exactly planning to, talk to people about that. Jane was interested in hearing Krexa's side of her story from when she was roommates with Cameron because Jane is still in contact with Cameron and supposedly he's been doing some very not good things with Jane. And so I facilitated a call between Krexa and Jane.
Okay, I just want to put into
Krexa
context here how
did-
fucking insane that is, okay? This lady was like, oh, this minor needs to check notes against the person who's allegedly grooming her. Okay, I'll put you in contact with somebody else who also says that they're a victim of domestic abuse, and you guys can check your notes between the two things. Yes, we're all adults, don't worry, I'll be there and not say anything, and just let the crazy person say whatever the fuck they want.
Let me just pin this. I'm such an asshole. Also, why does she sound like she's drunk all the time? Like, is that what
Dude,
is that
oh my
alcoholism?
God. Hearing that
I don't know, is she?
is literally like, fuck you, you fucking,
Yeah.
like, Karen ass. Reminded me of KP.
It's like, oh my god, it's like she
Yeah.
she didn't want to have a sit down talk with you. I mean it's explained well because she talks to Xylee when Xylee reaches out like way
Yes,
easily.
Shout out to Xylee, who is now currently in the fucking Lolcow mines. But
I don't know.
miss
I
her.
don't know.
Forever.
Keem was crashing out on stream. You never know.
Come back, Xylee.
The Lolcow money
But
might
yeah.
dry up soon. That's what they
When
keep saying.
Xylee asked for the information, that was undoctored, by the way. Allie just gave it all to Xylee, no questions asked. But when I asked for it, it was all like, I can't do that. Think about the victim, yada yada yada.
And I don't want to be. Well, obviously it was because I was a man, right? But,
Sexism at play.
yeah,
I can't believe it.
I know sexism.
Reverse jar.
Who will think about the men?
Not to jump too far ahead, but one of the minor characters in the story that I didn't include because they're not fucking important and they haven't provided anything worth at all is one of the mods from r/Osana. Literally commented again, being like, "You still haven't corrected the record about the facts that matter." Blah, blah, blah. Motherfucker, post it on the subreddit, okay? If something fucking happened, I don't like you. What you just? I understand what Crexa did to you is bad, but like you need to actually put some money where your mouth is, okay? Like I'm just gonna have to go off on your word about everything.
Yeah, it's just weird. Again, it's just very weird. Very weird.
Reddit mods want to be main character in many such cases.
On her own, encourage Jane to record things. That's not something I was really supportive of. I was in the call just to listen, but not participating. I had my mic muted the entire time.
Okay, she also had a collaborator that isn't hugely important to this story. Allie was working with a person by the name of Decepticami who produced a series of TikToks on Yandere Dev and participated in these group chats.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. Girl, you do not pull off the hair. You do not pull off the ears. I really like.
First of all, you fucking
bigot,
homophobe bigot. Their pronouns are he, him.
Girl. Oh, I'm such a dickhead. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck me. No. He.
Argument invalid.
He. I don't know your fucking pronouns. Do I care? No, you're unimportant. No, I do care. I'm not a bigot. Thank you for the correction.
Birdie hair, the revenge, with cat ears this time.
Yes, it is Birdie. Wait, Decepticon identifies as a femboy?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. But when you check the profile, it says pronouns he, him.
That's
what
his pronouns are they, them. Well, then that's also breaking because you just use they pronouns are they.
I know.
Them.
You can't
I
be
think I think Gamer's doing the meme.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
Chats.
Girl is
Kami basically didn't like that I called him unimportant. And this is the end of talking about Decepticon. He's still unimportant. You see, one of the things that happened over this drama is that every glup shitto I came across wanted a chance to wet their sword. For the sake of brevity...
Diesel. Is everything
wow, it's almost like I got out of...
That's a crazy statement.
Yeah, my sword is mighty wet right now.
Oh, buddy.
This ain't your stream. You can't be talking about your sword all the time.
I almost said something uncouth.
What were you gonna say, honey?
Don't worry about it. Hit play.
Bro wants to compare swords on stream.
I mean, yeah.
I would.
We can wet them together.
Play every single stupid tangent. The Reddit mods of r/Osana played a minimal
Diesel, I'd
role,
let you win.
but as I'll explain, in all my talks with the people they had, I also had talks with all those parties involved. Everybody involved in the story wanted to placate to a specific group, so as a result, the mods, myself, or anybody else looking into this basically got a different story depending on how good of a detective the people lying felt the person was. I'm just gonna be upfront. I'm presenting what I found. That's it. So if you like content like this, check me out on Patreon. Get exclusive access to the podcast I work on with the boys. Or buy my coffee at manapotioncoffee.com and get
Imagine Diesel whoring himself on video.
He's finally promoting the coffee.
Yeah, I'm sure my brother is gonna really love this.
How many
Is that
times?
a progress bar at the bottom?
Yeah.
It is.
To skip through the ad. Is it a fake one like Mr. Beast?
No, it's real. It'll end when the thing ends.
Imagine. I got banned from Cameron's Discord for asking for an interview. Okay, that's funny. I'm sorry. That's
Well,
actually...
he's running now.
Oh, he's sprinting.
He's running.
He's sprinting. Listen, chat, what if I told you there's something at the end of the dock that's so incriminating, even he hates it?
Sounds like King Arthur needs to pull his sword from the stone again.
Jesus.
Lord.
As well. And I'm sure you'd like it because the people that I actually cover sometimes still say that my coffee is good, even when I'm grilling them.
I've had your coffee, by the way. Good shit.
I did not know that.
Good shit.
And by the way, I actually was very impressed by. I'm like one of those guys that's in like to YouTuber products. Like I've tried the fucking quartering coffee.
Oh,
that shit
no.
was that shit was like Chinese fucking bullshit.
Oh,
Okay, that
no.
like I actually was very impressed. I thought you were going
You
to.
heard it
I thought it was some dropship
first.
scheme.
Cameron thought it was good.
That's
Better-
really sweet of you, Cameron. Thank you so much for
Cameron.
glazing up Diesel's coffee. I also really enjoy it.
Better
My
than the
favorite
quartering
is-
coffee.
Lemonade is also very good.
Cameron.
Yeah,
Right.
I love the succubus tea is genuinely my favorite.
Yeah.
I have like 4 cans of the stuff, and then I like the breakfast roast. It's really good. Even
I
Cameron
make,
said it's good. Chat.
yeah.
I hope you give it a try.
Cameron
So
of
here's my
305 approves. Oh, whoops. How about you?
So my suggestion for everyone for the lemonade is 1.5 ounce of vodka, 1.5
Not
of
everyone.
gin,
Only if you're
half ounce
is
of
legal for you to
Simple.
drink.
You can't.
in your
yeah,
country or state.
As somebody
I've
who's-
made a margarita with it. I love me.
Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly. You can't talk about drinking. As somebody who's never drank
And
coffee,
legally.
would you recommend it? Yes
Would,
and
would
no.
I recommend? Oh,
I
wait,
would
thought you
recommend
were
the
asking
coffee
me.
if you like coffee. If you don't like coffee, Diesel has a wide array of teas. If you don't like teas, like TAE, what about a TEE? Diesel also sells t-shirts. And if you don't like t-shirts,
yeah, I thought you were gonna go TIT because I guess we do also sell a lot of like
titty pillows,
goblin related merch. Yeah.
You know, I was
just about to ask. Do you actually have any merch up right now?
I don't know. My brother handles most of the coordinating with artists.
Damn,
There's
go get your
some
brother.
artists right now that are working on like really cool projects that are outside of the usual. So we're gonna do some other stuff that's not that, but I can't talk about it.
Damn. Insane. One day,
Stuff you can play
Uplock
with.
t-shirt will happen.
Not sexual
I
stuff, but you can't play with.
You can play with? Bad
Yeah,
Dragon?
but not sexual. Not sexual, non-sexual things you can play with.
It's insane, but that's sweet.
Get a lot. And I wasn't gonna blame you for it because, like, hey man, I mean, we all gotta like hustle. But like, fuck, I was impressed. That's good shit, man.
I mean, I didn't know I wanted an endorsement from Cameron, but you know,
Man,
I'm
you're
glad I
army
got
to
it.
that
Am I
cop
right?
that ran away. Good.
Thank you. Mosfet, thank you for the 2 Canadian. That's right, Diesel. That's an endorsement.
Mana Potion Coffee, fuel for life's best crash outs.
So this video is primarily about Cameron. So let's uncover and go over how this all unravels. In 2023, Cameron tweeted vaguely about Dev's allegations. As I said, a year ago, the tweets are gone. But I very quickly learned that this was a story that I needed to catalog everything in, so that would change very quickly. During our initial talks, Cameron basically brushed it off as false allegations. Dev had been on the receiving end of harassment the entirety of his Lolcow status, and Cameron would become increasingly worried about this over time. But he was also never being fully honest with me because, well, he worked with Dev. Cameron did the music for Yandere Simulator, but Cameron's a lot more than that. Cameron was Yandere Dev's liaison to the outside internet, a young man who would, quote, look at things critically. He initially got me in contact with Dev a long time ago and vouched for me on our initial talks many, many years ago. Cameron would also be overly charitable and forgiving to Dev at every single
Anything is a
situation in
pleasure
turn.
object
Anyone
if you
who's
are
followed
brave
this drama for a long time can tell you that Cameron was seen as the guy who would get into trenches with people online.
So it's important to note, and you'll see it sometimes in the doc, Cameron had a history of defending Dev whenever the allegations came up. Is that right, Diesel?
Yeah, he would run defense all the time, but then he would always like lampshade it by being like, I'm just asking questions. I'm just looking at it critically, blah, 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 blah. He would both sides that dumb shit. Okay, all the time. Little do I know throughout the entirety of that this guy was lying to me about his age.
Really?
Right? Like right up until the end, which was really fucking infuriating. I don't really. His reasoning for that is like, oh, I didn't want a YouTuber I like to not like me, blah blah blah. right? But yeah, so it's like I got in contact with Dev in like 2020, maybe a little bit before that, to try and do an interview originally, and then it happened like again. And so yeah, Cameron's been running defense for him for a while. The SysF stuff, fucking, he's been in the trenches of r/Osana, like you name it.
Wow, we're YouTube featured. Thank you.
I don't know what that means.
They're pushing.
I don't know what that
content,
means at all.
Allegedly.
Oh, that's Poggies.
They're pushing the content allegedly because we're popping off in the algo. I think it's because
Are we talking about something? Are we talking about something topical or something?
Maybe.
Did something happen recently?
I don't know. Did Cameron F305 crash out on a stream? I don't know.
Line and get his hands dirty for Dev. He would fight his battles for
Ambry, you are not a child soldier. You are a fully grown human being. Please don't do that.
Don't accuse us of that. Okay, we'll never recover.
Please don't do that.
Make no qualms about it. The guy did a lot more than work for Yandere Dev. He was his closest friend and confidant. He's the reason I saw Yandere Dev's apology early, and Cameron was an active participant from day one in all of these grooming allegations.
Okay, I need to take a small L, right? When I was shown the apology, I was like, it's good. I probably should have been like, this is bad, but honestly, aren't we glad that the bad apology came out, right?
But think about it. If the bad apology didn't come out, like, this wouldn't have happened.
Dude, I told this motherfucker to get a haircut. He puts a hat on his head.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Ay.
In my initial calls with the involved parties, I would bring up Ali's evidence, and Cam would be present in these calls where I'm talking with Yandere Dev, Cameron, and myself. Cameron would occasionally chime in with his 2 cents, and occasionally he would even be critical, and I'll give him that. Other times he'd try and downplay what we were reading. And what I was reading out and showing to them is absolutely outrageous, so let me read some Snapchats between Dev and this minor he was grooming. Yandere Dev. I think about that sometimes. 17 is 94.4% of 18, so therefore being attracted to a 17-year-old girl is 94.4% okay.
What does that mean, Diesel?
Huh?
Diesel, what does that mean?
This is pedo math.
Yeah, that does not hold up in a court of law.
Maxing.
Okay. I'm glad Dev is pedo maxing.
This is the pedo percentile index.
Oh.
The PPI.
PPI, it's the PPI.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Someone call Cameron. I mean, I'd love for Cameron to let us know he was Dev's best friend.
Someone text me and be like,
okay, I do also want to preface that Cameron told me multiple times that if I do this, he'd like kill himself. Not like this video specifically, but like if I told the world what his blackmail is, which I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Okay. But the fact that he kind of like dangled that over my head is a real pain in the ass thing to do. And I do not negotiate with the suicidal. Okay. If you're gonna kill yourself, kill yourself. In Minecraft.
I will say this, Cameron, just so you know, we don't know. He's kept that very truthful. I don't know. Just saying. Diesel's fair.
Later in the chat, Yandere Dev says, quote, so really the only thing for me to get out of this are lewd pictures and videos to fap to, end quote. To which the minor, Jelly, responds, quote, which I'll provide you if you promise to keep it secret. Yandere Dev responds,
I hate this.
Oh, heart emoticon.
I hate this.
I would keep it a secret, heart emoticon.
I will say, the words lewd pictures does not specifically imply, because
Now guys, if you recognize that voice, that's Cameron, our best friend Cameron, who was on live earlier today. Remember? He said a couple different interesting things. He says adults are in charge of their own faculties, that minors can't just predate on adults. He said that, you know, no woman can tell a man what to do. He says he's in control of his own faculties. You know, there were a couple of other things that he said. It's almost like it's a setup.
one thing I will say is like hentai is a thing. I'm not trying to like go like crazy here, but it's like that's like not uncommon, and like I guess Discord communities to like share like NSFW artwork.
Yeah, but you're still not supposed to share it with a minor. You can get.
I wouldn't really want to do that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying that's what he was doing. I'm saying that's what she was. She could have been offering, and that's kind of.
Oh yes, that's right, Chad. If you heard it, it's Cameron defending Yondev in a call.
Let me be clear. This is not a clip chimp. I published this a year ago. Okay.
People just didn't watch the 3.5-hour video.
And remember,
Oh, didn't he
chat.
forgot?
And remember, chat. Did he know by this point? I was about to say, did he know?
Did he know? This would
Did he
have
know?
been. This would have been mid to late September.
So he would have
So
known.
he might not have known because I think he found out about the honeypotting stuff around October 4th.
No, but
I
I'm
don't have
talking
my
about
notes in front of me.
Cameron knowing about Jelly.
Cameron knowing about the jelly honeypotting stuff. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Because it's
Yeah,
then like,
yeah,
because
he
then
would've-
this conversation
this
is
call
under
this
him.
call takes place in early September, or not early September, mid to late September.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Oh my God. Asterati with the 4 months. thank
Asterati
you.
became a member. Asterati celebrates 4 months of membership. He needs to
Thank
do
you.
a Fatal Frame 5 Fuyui.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that this is the new content cop, guys. New content cop, Cameron F.
This is the new iDubbbz.
05. He's the new iDubbbz,
New
guys.
version of iDubbbz. It's new iDubbbz.
Yeah, new iDubbbz.
How it comes off, because let's be real, I don't think you're out there sending I don't think you're commonly out there in the market sending and receiving and trading nude pictures with people there. I think you're working on a video game. So I guess I'm trying to understand your interpretation of that message.
And that isn't even a clip chimp. I'll provide the calls for you all to go through yourself if you don't want to sit here and listen to me talk. All right? The guy was the go-between for Yandere Dev, pitching me on watching the response from Dev on stream later on in one of our talks.
I know that even if he does an interview that makes him look bad, it'll still help his image at this rate. Because if you think about it, like, he just needs transparency. I don't, and I think that would be great for your channel as well. It'd be a great look for you because, I mean, just the entire.
I love how it never stops that he was pitching you content ideas. It's so interesting. He never stops.
Dude, he's a fan.
A big fan.
He's a fan. He's a
He
big
wants
fan.
he wants videos more than we do.
I got competition. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Wow. He's in love
integrity,
with you.
You know? So I've always wanted something like that to happen. And even though I'm no longer associated with the project, I think it just would be beneficial and quite frankly retarded of him not to do.
All right.
Horror. Him running is in the beginning of this stream.
It
He
literally
literally
happened at the beginning of
joins
this-
it. Just to let
Yeah.
you know, Horror, he joins it. I cooked the frog a little bit, get him to admit to things that he would later, interestingly, deny. And then, I don't know, maybe this video kind of proves that if he thinks himself to be the victim, he said that an adult can never be controlled by a minor. I'm not gonna lie, pulling out the Scarlet Reaper was a fucking beautiful move.
Dude, you
Never-
put,
we cannot escape.
hold on, Falgi, you put the comment of you talking about him with the
Yeah, it
minor
was on screen, I know.
screen
I
in
know.
front of him,
I know.
and he said nothing.
He said nice comment, but he didn't realize that. I don't think he realized it was me.
Yeah,
I did
I
that
don't
on
think you
purpose to
realized.
tell. Sorry, Cameron.
No, you're not.
So we just
Yeah, you're
lie
not
now.
sorry. What are
I
you
love
talking about?
Well, are we just lying online now? That's crazy.
Because I'm crazy.
Man, people lie.
I'm very crazy. Yeah, I thought about it.
Imagine lying on the internet. People just go on the internet and lie.
Imagine omitting truths on the internet and bothering a creator with them. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Well, I'm gonna need to cover this at the end of the month. So if something changes.
Yeah. Just, I
let
mean,
me
as
know.
long as you're as impartial as you've been with us, I'm fine if you get critical. As long as you don't do some funny shit.
No, I'm not gonna lie.
Wow,
I
that
don't know,
aged
turn
well.
him into a-
Oh. To be fair,
That aged
I
great,
did,
didn't it?
to be fair, I did the funny shit. not Diesel. To be fair, this was my idea.
I've been nice, but now it's time for some fucking bread and circuses. All right.
Oh yeah, Diesel
he wanted
just
to get
sent
into
out.
Gladiator ring. Okay, he just didn't realize he was in it.
Yeah.
Diesel just wanted to send out his vanguard.
I am the strongest soldier. I guess it's okay.
With Soy Jack or something, if that's what you're worried about.
I mean,
But
I've been able to enjoy a couple of Yanderdev memes after this.
but
I've enjoyed my Dota.
yeah, get the
Listen, there's literally hours of calls between Dev, Cameron, and
am the
myself.
lion, thank you.
Admittedly, I played nice to get them to open up. But make no qualms about it, I am not a fan of any of these people. Right? There are hours of content here, and I have a huge doc linked below in case you're more of a reader. I just want the information to be out there, and I want to be transparent about what I did. I basically lied to get these people to open up to me. Yeah, I did. I lied to them to get them to be my friend. Whatever, I don't care. Yandere Dev is a piece of shit. Needless to say, back to Cameron. Cameron was quite involved, and he would piecemeal information to me as he did his little detective work as well. And the information he would piecemeal to me did direct me at certain players in the story, in my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a deliberate piecemealing of information. Now, at the end of September, he had left the Yandere Simulator project, right? And he didn't hear about this CSAM stuff until early October from Dev. So he tells me these things about how bad and dangerous Jelly is at the time, though he may have known it earlier in September, right? It really depends, and it's hard to know what exactly happened in those calls that I wasn't present for. Either way, in early October, I was put on to finding out about how Jelly was involved in all of these honeypotting for blackmail money operations. The problem is now that I have to re-look at this information, the lying and piecemealing of info makes this very difficult to parse, especially with some new information that has come into my lap.
I wonder what new information that could be.
I don't know, what was it?
It's almost like he ran from the new information. Why doesn't he want the new information to come out? Interesting. So interesting, chat. One man's life hangs in the balance.
Oh my god.
I don't have the fucking sound clip on hand. Shit!
Do you not have the sound clip?
I don't have the sound clip on hand. I don't have the sound clip on hand.
Which one?
Our Super Soy rape review thing.
Oh.
Super Soy.
We haven't made it yet. We're still aping the Oreos.
I walked away. But did you need me for something?
No. He meant to add somebody else who had a similar username as you, and he missed it.
Did I actually mess it up?
Yeah, you hit Cloudy and not Cloud.
Len.
That's crazy.
Len, where did you put it?
SSRR. We're doing our own thing. SSRR.
Len, where did you put
We're
it?
almost an antidepressant.
I'm about to say
Like-
we're almost an SSRI.
I liked XSR. XR.
Len, if you send it to me, I
No.
will replay it on stream. Thank you. Because I have to download it.
Okay, I'll BRB.
Cameron even
It
admits
is-
in a call with me
oh.
that he was afraid to be honest with me because of the level of respect he places on me, which doesn't help any of this whatsoever because now I have to look at everything Cameron has sent me with a grain of salt, thinking about what are ulterior motives that
Chat, made by our own special Len, it is time for the craziest
it.
thing a fan has ever made for us. Jesus Christ.
Welcome.
Oh god, it's so loud!
Oh, that's right.
This so fucking
You're right.
What the hell?
Rape. Critical. Observation. Team.
I
Where
fucking
contact
forgot we had
is
this.
Unfailable. Research is impeccable. And victories are inevitable.
Not the pipe.
The pipe is the best part. You leave the pipe alone.
I'm sorry for the ear rape, but holy shit!
No,
Ow.
Okay.
But also that was so funny. That pipe gets me every time.
Oh, it's so
The pipe
funny,
kills. The pipe kills it.
Okay, I was grabbing my groceries, so you can keep. I have my headphones on. You
Super
can keep playing
Street
the video.
Fighter 2 Turbo
this
Max
guy
and
could have.
SSRI
Now,
edition.
Cameron tells me in
Thank
a
you, thank
recent
you.
call that when he had heard those CSAM
Oh, that
and
was funny.
masturbation clips, that he had sent it to the police. But I really don't know if he's telling the truth. He needs to prove it because I did my work. Dev Allie, Cameron, all of them gave different conflicting stories. Not once, not until after the dust has settled, does Cameron seem to have these outrageously incriminating clips of Dev. Not until he makes a ceasefire with the Reddit mods on r/Osana. Okay, so let me tell you how I look at this information coming out after everything, right? So either Cameron knowingly withheld this information till an opportune time presented itself, or he sent it to the cops once he learned about it, and then, regardless, still met up with the minor that was being groomed.
Wait, Diesel, are you telling me when finding out his boss was a pedophile, he met with his grooming victim?
Well, yes, he tells me that he wanted to interview her for a project, a documentary. He also tells me that he slept with her.
Oh, wait.
He tells me both. And also he tells me he didn't sleep with her anymore, and that was a lie that he told me.
So wait. What you're telling me is... Excuse me. What you're telling me is that he met up with a grooming victim to document something, ended up somehow sleeping with the victim, but no. He didn't sleep with the victim. But weirdly, I've seen that maybe in other places he's tried to defend if he did sleep with the victim.
Yeah, actually, in his response video to all the trauma.
Weird. But it'd be weird if he was going to other people's spaces and Discords to just, say that he may have slept with a minor as well. But it's okay because it's 1619.
Well, he's also said that the age is different in other spaces too, which is very funny. It usually changes based on whatever people he's talking to.
Really fascinating.
Which would only complicate a federal case anyway, so it doesn't really help whether or not he sent it to the police because he was so involved. I'm jumping ahead a little bit. Yes, Cameron met up with the minor, Jelly, in question. All of this suspicion, by the way, is compounded by Cameron having been an active participant in the Yandere Dev drama for about 5 years or so. Now, Cameron, as a teenager, was accused of doctoring screenshots and old dramas, running defense.
We've heard this, that Cameron may lie for stories. Very interesting. Listen, I don't hate on Cameron for doing it. Sometimes we kind of do it. We kind of, have to pull the wool over somebody's eyes from time to time to get them to speak, but we only typically do that with people who are, absolutely certifiably, you have all the evidence guilty kind of thing, and it's kind of the boil the frog, or cook the frog, as some may say. Almost like what we did with Cameron today.
For Yandere Dev, sometimes regarding people who Dev threatened or bullied for their mental health. As a teenager, he'd insert himself in overly complicated pedophile dramas, not once, but twice. Once regarding a person called Sisef, who accused Dev of grooming her while Cameron ran defense in a video. Cameron's opinions on this...
Oh my god, that's insane. So Cameron would run defense as a child against other children who were groomed by Dev.
Yeah. So that's basically the short and skinny of it. Which, by the way, everybody thought he was like an adult just with the baby face at the time because he kept lying about his age. And I understand he was doing this when he was a teenager, so I do give some grace there. But also, in the same respects, this was happening when he was a teenager and when he was an adult. So
yeah,
it's a pattern of behavior.
Yeah.
Have changed though from our conversations. He was also involved having conversations about Dr. Apis. This is another person that is just completely deplorable, right? But the way that Cameron works is if a position is completely untenable, Cameron will cave, but he'll sure as hell take the long way around to get there. Now, admittedly, he was a teenager when most of that stuff happened. But the problem is that this continues till adulthood, and frankly, in my opinion, it's a pattern. Okay, so withholding the CSAM masturbation clip is bad enough, so let's talk about him going to see Jelly the minor.
Yeah, let's make that very clear. The thing Cameron says that he has evidence of that he cannot find is a smoking gun against Dev that says that he was interacting with CSAM. That's the smoking gun that Cameron has openly said, well, not so openly, but privately, but then sometimes openly, has said he has. Why is he saving that? Why would he have never turned that over? You can say you've turned over materials. I've said I've turned over materials, or if I haven't. Fascinating. Just fascinating.
Because that doesn't make him sound any better either. Cameron told me that during the Thanksgiving break, he drove up to see family and that Jelly was close by.
Ooh.
So he admits he wants to get to the bottom of this and do a documentary. At the time, he knew of all of the extortion, the honeypotting, and the grooming. He also knew that this might have been trained into her by her mother. The reality is we don't really know what's going on there. But either way, he knew about those things. He knew that Dev received things from Jelly, according to him, based on the timeline of when he would have had those CSAM and masturbation clips. And then, well, then he tells me this.
Okay. So when you say it was kind of like a situationship fling thing, I understand it's personal, but what did you do with her exactly?
I don't think. Well, first of all, I know she said I like raped her or some shit. That's not true.
You didn't have sex?
I think me choosing not to answer should be an answer for you.
So that's a yes?
Oh.
Yes, we did.
Oh.
Ew.
That's rough. Oh.
It's rough, buddy.
I'm so smug right now.
Listen, we're 25 minutes into this video. This was in the last video, but it was 3 hours in. You guys should have been watching. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
I have
look,
to
didn't
admit,
even
I wasn't
know about Diesel a year ago, so me.
I also
Don't
wasn't
take it like
expecting
I'm
Warframe
attacking you.
footage.
No, I know. I'm just teasing. I'm just
I
teasing.
gotcha.
So again,
Also, shout
I
out the
love you, Greg. I would
Warframe.
never think you're attacking me.
Dude,
So again-
this is my favorite Warframe.
so let's go over. For those who don't know, Cameron F305, the new content cop, said this when he met up with a 16-year-old. Now again, he was 19, potentially, maybe 19 from what I know. Interesting.
Me choosing not to answer should be an answer for you.
So that's a yes?
Yes, we did.
Yes, they did sleep together. Freshly 19.
Shut up.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Well, remember, Falgi, he told you his birthday is July 1st, so he was
July
kind of
1st.
stale, honestly.
Yeah, a little
I'm about to
stale.
say, is he fresh or, he's probably not feeling so fresh.
He's probably not feeling fresh and fit, that's for sure.
Day old. What was it, like day old 18? Like
Yeah, pretty much.
Ugh.
Awful,
Like
awful
That's a-
words.
like day old bread.
That's a phrase. Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
yeah. Let's get back into it.
Uh-huh.
Remember, chat, you could react to this too if you want to.
We didn't, when we first met, that didn't happen. The second time
Go to
we
FPS
met,
Diesel's
it,
channel.
kind of just, after like talking a shit ton, it kind of just went there. But we wanted to keep it private because we didn't want people thinking some weird shit between
Rocky BB became
like
a
that
member.
Alex had any involvement in it, because he didn't.
Thank you, Rocky.
Thank you, Rocky.
Like my interview with her was very anti-Alex.
Oh,
I can show you that.
No.
Now,
Very anti-Alex. Oh no, Cameron.
This is something that he does, right? Where it's like he'll give you some information and then he'll be like, "Well, there's this other guy. I think you should look at this."
Mhm, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
this is where you should point your crosshairs.
Do you? I'll wait. If he doesn't bring it up, I'll bring it up. Or if you don't bring it up in this video, I'll bring it up later. But
Okay.
But there's one in particular that rubs me wrong. But he'll piecemeal out information, or he'll frame it as not as bad as you think it is.
Yeah. Hi, Cole McEgg. How you doing? Whose dick we hopping on? I'd love to know. Love to know.
that's what he told me back when I
What?
was looking into this
No, it's just a
initially,
chatter. I
right?
love chatters.
Now, when we call recently, he adds on to tell me that he vented to her emotionally about topics he would not be discussing with a
Sounds like a Jake Weddle if I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, so I can't tell you what he told me, but what he was telling me that he told her are things that you should not speak to with minors.
No, that's concerning. That's absolutely concerning. Jesus.
Minor. He should not have been discussing the things that he was discussing with me with her. Now, I'd love to tell you what Cameron told this minor.
Synthetics, right? It is Jack Whittle coded. That's crazy.
I just said that.
I just got
That's
back.
so
Hi,
funny.
chat.
That's so funny because I've only ever heard Cloudy say it.
Oh, thank you.
About
Oh my
the thing.
gosh.
He said that he
Dylan
put a
Mallon.
bullet in his head if I told the internet that thing. But
Wait. What did he say to
He
you?
said that he told this minor, but when Cameron told me about the thing, he said that he'd put a bullet in his head if I told the internet that thing. But I can certainly tell you, I wouldn't talk about it at a youth group. I'm not putting it out there. It's again kind of on Cameron, but it is bad.
So over that time, you're bonding with her and you tell her, this horrible thing happened to me.
Yeah.
Well, why did you tell her that? Just because you felt comfortable?
Well, we were both talking about, these like situations because we had both just gotten out of that crazy situation, right? And then she was telling me about, things that happened to her, and
man, this voice sounds so familiar, like it was on stream earlier. Weird.
I feel like I can
match
still
it up.
hear him.
I feel like I
I
can
like
match it.
I
up.
like his PFP. Can I commission whatever artist did that?
Yeah,
Can
if you
reach out to me?
commissioned
Reach
Cameron's
out, man.
PFP, please let me know.
there was this one specific instance that I was like, damn, that's a hard relate. And she kind of pried a little bit, and it took a while, but then like we just got into a really emotional conversation. But yeah, it
That is wow.
Never sample
Never
the
sampled.
honeypot.
That's insane. Thank you, Rocky.
came out there. We were both venting to one another.
Okay.
So originally
venting
when
with
I
a
pressed
minor.
Cameron on this, he tells me that they have sex, a heat of the moment thing, right? Yes. Not only does he just meet up with the minor, he hooks up with her, okay?
Why would you sleep with Anne, dude? Like she.
It wasn't smart, obviously, but it wasn't planned. Like I didn't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like a heat of the moment thing. Me
tripped.
and her were kind of going
Drifted
really
both to the
deep
minor.
on the shit that we were doing
Oh my
Trip.
god.
Tripped on
at
something.
that point in time, and I don't know. I guess something just clicked.
Were you guys ever flirty before you met in November?
No.
No, yeah, because that stream you guys did together, I'm like, kind of looks like they got some romantic chemistry.
You think so? Because we weren't like at that point. She had attempted to flirt with me beforehand, but I hadn't reciprocated in any way, shape, or form.
Hey, Kat.
I can't.
Hey, Kat, how you doing?
Hey, Kat, what's
Kat.
up?
What up, dweebs?
Do you need a rundown of what has happened?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have any idea what's happened tonight?
I was there when the book was written. Anyway,
So
That's crazy.
we
Why don't you catch up, chat? And Kat.
okay. So chat for everyone who has just got here. Earlier in the stream, I lied and said that we were going to react to Cameron F305's video. He actually graciously showed up on stream. We had a nice little like impromptu interview about all of the specific things. I told him about Scarlet Reaper. He said that it's crazy. No adult could ever be convinced to have sex with a minor. I asked him if people can control your feelings. He said, no, I don't really think that, like, Anissa, like, maybe, like, 50%, changed iDubbbz, but now he was starting to think against it. A couple different other things that may or may not, relate to this video that he, like, subtly answered that he believes in. Very weird. He said he wanted to move on from this, that he wanted to just get it out of his system and be done with it. Gave him the opportunity. Didn't want to do it. Cameron ran. So sad.
It was just like, it was nothing I was ever planning. I was pissed at her. She is funny to be around though, and that's what I liked about her. I was definitely becoming a friend, a good friend of hers.
So this heat of the moment passionate sex happens, and then, not but days later, Jelly accuses him of rape. Then she walks it back.
Emra was reacting live. Tell Emra I say hi. Tell my buddy Emra I say hi. Oh, sometimes I just know how to boil a frog.
She lies some more, and lies, frankly, a lot. And to add even more complexity to this, right? It's a year later, and the iDubbbz Content Cop is coming out. And Cameron calls me up, and he says, actually, Diesel, just so you know, I actually never had sex with her. I was being blackmailed to say that because if I didn't, she'd tell everyone my top secret thing that I'd kill myself over. Anyway, here's the top secret thing I'd kill myself over. I'm not gonna tell you in detail, but please don't tell anyone because then I'll kill myself. Okay, so get this. You said you had sex with an underage grooming victim of your former boss so your family wouldn't hear about this deep, dark secret. Okay, all right.
Cringe.
Weird.
Wow.
So you have a deep, dark secret that you're so afraid to get out. So afraid. You'd want the internet to know that you slept with a minor who was being groomed by your former boss.
Former friend.
Former friend that you used to run defense for because you would convince people that he wasn't a pedophile, but then you also somehow got involved weirdly with potentially the honeypotting of him at one time. It's very, very confusing. Weird. And he says he just wants to move on. He wouldn't make a content cop style video on it. Maybe a documentary. Well, you know, maybe
he should just unprivate that video. That he's already responded to this. I just want to say he's already responded to this.
Yeah, he has.
All right. A lot of you in commentary don't know that he's already answered all these questions with a non-answer, by the way, right? So some of you might think, oh, he's gonna have to address this. He's already done that.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's hoping you guys don't know.
And didn't he come on one of your streams?
Yes, he did. He came on one of my streams. I actually play that clip in this. Crazy.
It'd be weird if he came on one of your streams really high.
Damn, he came on one of your streams?
Jesus.
The goo never ends.
By the way, if I was in the world's worst saw chamber and I'd had to choose between the grooming victim thing and the secret, I would rather the world know about my secrets than the grooming victim, okay? Now, back when this originally happened, when Cameron told me that they had sex, not but a week later, Jelly says he raped me, and then being there accuses Cameron of things and instantly walks them back, right? It's going back and forth and the lies are flowing like a river. Then in the midst of being accused, Cameron comes to me and says, "Don't cover Jelly," as if that's at all possible.
She's coming up in the video. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no way.
I'm gonna request you don't mention me and her. But
Huh. Weird. It's crazy that Cameron said that he would never tell somebody to cut parts out of a video. Weird. This doesn't sound like back then it was up to Diesel to cut out of it. Huh. Doesn't really sound like it is. Sounds like a demand with a little I request attached to it. Huh.
Oh my god.
Many such cases, bud. Many such cases. Remember, chat. Remember.
with the honeypot stuff. I don't want anything I've ever sent you used about that. I just no matter what, because it's just I don't think it's cool.
You know that's a crime, right?
Now, there is an actual reasonable argument.
Just right on it. Oh my god.
Oh.
Mashallah.
Oh. I love it.
The comedy really does come in the writing.
I will say this. This is like a fun fact for you. This is like the interesting fact that I don't think Cameron realizes, and I'll just say it. So Cameron, just because you're a little stupid and you're telling people in different Discords, oh, the age difference, blah, 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 and they're telling you, yeah, 16, 19 ain't that bad. Yeah, if you own any images of her nude, it's still a crime. Doesn't matter if you're 18 or 19. That's not how Romeo and Juliet laws work. You're not supposed to have those things. Really interesting.
In a call with Diesel and Dev, he even explains that that exact thing happened to him, or happened to a friend of his, where his friend was Snapchatting with a girl. I think they're both 16, around that age, and his friend got in trouble for having these images, even though he was a kid at the time, and they were both kids at the time.
Yeah.
For why you wouldn't cover Jelly, right? Now, the reason I covered Jelly is because she played a role in everyone's story. She allegedly taught other minors to allegedly groom pedophiles, and frankly, the case was fumbled from the moment I got there, right? Allie inserting herself and coaching a minor, this minor lying to everybody and being really good at it. And there was just no way that I could tell this story without saying
all of our streams always remain public. I don't take them down.
That
Unless there's like a technical reason.
Yeah,
we
like a
don't take
technical
down.
reason, yeah.
This person named
like
Jelly,
singing.
and she did these things, and she's probably fucking crazy. Now, Cameron.
Oh, by the way, just gonna get this out of the way. Cameron, do not copyright claim this fucking stream. I'm not saying you're gonna do it, but I'm warning you right now, don't do it. Being very real with you, you might get a stupid fucking idea in the back of your fucking noggin that tells you you may want to do it because we're airing out your dirty laundry, but don't do it. I don't think you will. Not saying he is, but if you get the stupid idea of doing it, don't do it. How can he, though? People have tried for less in different dramas. He could do it if he wants. He was on the stream, technically, you know. That's all I'm saying. Don't do it.
Also admits to having sex in Discord calls with me multiple times back when this happened. In fact, he also comes on stream with me and beats around the bush about this, playing coy as I'm reacting to his response and really not buying some of the things that he said in it.
So maybe I'm being charitable here, but the argument is you're 19.
So, Diesel, can you explain what's on stream for us right now? Because it says, I will make this announcement to anyone who's donated to the GoFundMe for Retrograde and Crexa. Because if I remember correctly, didn't somebody run away with GoFundMe money?
Yes. That is when Cameron called in, we were going over what had just happened in the r/Osana Reddit, where Crexa made off with the money that all the Yandere dev people were raising for her. Okay, and that was meant for two people. This other mod who's making this post right here, who first of all, the pronouns are they them, just in case it comes up, but I don't want to be like labeled a bigot again because they did that last time. But like, you know, they had been basically left out to dry when Crexa ran off, and then in the midst of that happening, Cameron like comes into stream to like powwow with me because he had just put out his response video, and he felt very vindicated at the time because Crexa had ran off and basically proved that the allegations regarding Crexa and himself were false. Crexa basically falsely accused Cameron of being a domestic abuser.
That's right.
There's a bunch of like weird specifics, like he listened to body cam footage and fell asleep, and so she was like, "Oh, Cameron is a psychopath who listens to women screaming."
Didn't she like accuse him of choking her at one time?
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
it was like
he plays
obvious,
the clip,
incredibly
and it's like
consensual.
yeah. It was like she got a little like miffed about it, but it was like post happening, and based on prior interactions, he had figured that it was fine to do, but she just wasn't in the mood at that time. And she like
remind me,
turned it into an assault thing.
Was Crexa sleeping with Cameron?
There's some like back and forth about whether or not they did sleep. There definitely seems to have been like a situationship there, but that ended pretty quickly because she was so mentally unwell. And Cameron just separated himself while she basically free rode in his apartment until she fucked off.
So he went from an adult woman to a 16-year-old. Very interesting, Cameron.
The Crexa stuff happened, oh my god, like before this, but gets litigated after.
Yeah, weird, interesting.
I don't remember if I've been going back and forth here. I don't think this video gets into it, but you're. Oop.
Thank you. Op
Merch
Mega Blocks?
idea
Yeah, sure.
of Mega Blocks.
Thank you, thank you. Your first video from last year goes over that Krexa puts together this Google Doc in collaboration with Jelly.
Yeah,
and
I forgot about
because
that.
Allie got them both together to do that.
Fucking so crazy.
Ooh, Beast, before I forget, funnily enough,
Gamer, so
the
much for-
actual
Thank you.
the actual logo for the channel is based off of the those like wooden toy blocks that kids
Oh,
play
yeah.
with.
Mhm.
That's what I made the channel logo for.
Mhm.
Like inspired from.
She's 16. For some people, they say that's
17.
just. I know she's 17 now. Wouldn't you have sex with her?
I'm not gonna say whether or not
Oh.
I did.
Oh, really? Are you fucking stupid?
No, Cameron.
You're a
How
fucking
old
idiot.
were you,
You're a fucking
Cameron?
idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
How old were you when you touched the minor? Point on the doll, Cameron!
I want to say one other thing too. That Renard person, as of 15 minutes ago, is still defending Cameron.
That's
I really don't know why they're defending
I-
Cameron.
you
They also
should
made
not.
that r/Osana post.
Insane.
That was like the ceasefire, blah blah blah. Which, by the way, why would you admit that? It was on an account that wasn't yours, stupid idiot. But I guess now everybody knows. Yeah, why didn't any of you guys address any of this shit with him? Ever?
Yeah, because that
What-
post is like a year old, and you're coming here with new information. So I don't understand why linking that would even help anything.
Yeah.
Unless you were
Yeah.
also holding on to things, which, you know, a
Mhm.
year ago I was like, "Do you got anything?"
Oh.
And you wanted me to do it over like, I gotta be honest, like some of this stuff should have just been like public. Like the fact that we need
Yeah.
to do everything in DMs is like cringe and ridiculous, and I'm not doing that.
I think what's really interesting is that Cameron really wanted to be the content cop, but he really I don't know, he really liked working at SVU, that's for sure.
You said to me, by the way, you watched the video. You said to me in the call that you were traveling to see family for
That was
Thanksgiving.
AI.
It was AI?
That was AI. It
Are you really going to be stupid on stream right now? Because this is not going to be a good look.
was a robot.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. He's doing
Look,
it on purpose.
I'm working on my video right now, and I'm in a really goofy mood. So this is I was not,
Cameron,
expecting to be on
you're being
stream.
accused of a felony, okay? And now
That I
here you
didn't
are
commit.
talking to me about this on a stream with like 100 people.
I didn't know this was gonna be a stream. I didn't.
He did, to note, he did call into this stream. It was very, very funny.
He also said I'm on a, like earlier he was like, I'm on a much larger channel. I should watch what I'm saying earlier. So he knew he was live, and then he just double backed on it and lied.
So many cases. I guess, chat, what we're saying
In such
is
many cases.
welcome to the Op Block.
Okay, I guess does this stream predate his response video?
He did the Krexa response in February, and I think he did another response. I don't remember seeing it, which means we probably weren't looking into it.
It was like
after the
like
fact.
up and then down like instantly.
So then, yeah.
Okay, so his first response where he's talking about the Big Dick Randy stuff already came out. Okay, I think I asked him about that in this. Okay, I just want to make sure I got my timeline right, just in case he uses this to clip chimp me.
No, this stream is the same day that you posted your first video.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
I didn't realize you were streaming.
Did you or did you not watch the video?
I did watch the video. I watched the relevant parts for me. I had to skim through it a little bit.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I see where this video just got posted.
Where'd it get posted?
You know, somewhere that's a little bit hot under the collar.
What does that mean?
I watched the relevant parts.
Cameron,
I'm
you can
busy
sit
now.
here and not talk about, right? For people, what I was going to say earlier, for people involved in this, they feel that a 19-year-old and a 16-year-old, which you say she turns 17 in
Wait,
February,
somewhere
which
hot
means
under the
when you had
collar?
Somewhere hot.
You mean to tell me this is the official release for the Op Block only fans? Oh, Valji, you never told me about that.
No, stop that. Stop
Yeah,
that. I
the
don't want to hear this.
only pepperonis.
Don't do that to me.
Only Italian sausage.
Sex with her. She was 16.
He is called the Italian stallion. you know?
Allegedly. So now
I am, unfortunately.
you're just saying her age is just a complete fabrication.
No.
That's it. No.
No, I'm not saying her age is a fabrication.
That you hooked up is an alleged
I'm
an
saying-
allegation. That's an
the
allegation. I
idea
came.
that-
It's wait. This is on the YouTube drama Reddit. Hello,
Oh my
YouTube.
God.
Oh, take it off.
Take it
Oh,
off.
they put this on Reddit? Gross.
Gross. So
Ew.
gross.
Sometimes
Redditors. Stinky, stinky.
some of
Oh my
it.
God.
Listen. We have to be nice to all types. Okay. They're spreading
Except
the good word.
Redditors.
Okay, listen, I speak for
Stinky.
nobody but myself. I don't know where this video is gonna go or who's gonna react to it. But
I'm
I
having
speak
fun.
for nobody but Diesel.
I'm having fun. This is a fun one. Thank you guys.
From
Yeah, I'm just happy
your
being here.
The
mouth.
This is
idea
fun.
that I raped her is an allegation.
I'm doing paperwork.
Yeah, it is an allegation.
So the response video from Cameron is a lot of things. The response video is a response to all the drama, which he's taken down, by the way. He avoids addressing this whole allegation of them hooking up, right? Instead, discussing the non-allegations surrounding it. You know, things like, hey, did we have sex to Big Dick Randy?
Did I have sex to you while listening to Big Dick Randy?
We did not have sex while listening to Big Dick Randy.
Okay, and you gotta understand here, right? In every private conversation Jelly and Cameron have that I have access to, they discuss whether or not their sexual encounter is consensual. They never discuss whether the event happened at all. In these private conversations, where it's just them, they both clearly pre-agree that a sexual encounter happened. In a group chat between Liaison Cameron, Jelly, myself, and my head researcher, they both pre-agree something happened.
At the time.
Cameron even
At the time, they no longer work with me.
They no longer work. Counterpoint. That clip was AI, Diesel. You don't understand. It was AI.
There's been no third
That
member
was Bosch's
of the op
defense,
block.
too.
No third and fifth member.
No third and
There
fifth
was
member.
never a third or fifth.
There is no war in Bossing Say.
You know, just
Everyone knows this started with like Valji, me, Cloudy, and Greg.
Yeah,
And then
you know, the
Q.
real OGs.
Yeah.
And then Q, and that was it.
Oh, I was also streaming that group chat to the rest of the news group, so that way we could have people monitoring it. Just for clarity. But yeah, in that conversation,
Yeah.
they already presuppose that a sexual encounter happened. It's never about whether or not it did or didn't happen at all, okay? Not once do either of these two fucking idiots break when they're getting pressured.
Yeah.
elaborates at how it wasn't rape. So what? These private conversations where you're both pretending to have a sexual encounter, have had one, are just you both playing pretend?
He said that you did nothing wrong?
Well, in a legal standpoint.
From a legal standpoint, I was saying no, and I was scared, and that I didn't want to.
No, just in the sense of us having sex and.
Oh, Cameron!
In the sense of you two doing what, Cameron?
Cameron, I think
In the
said
sense of what,
something.
Cameron?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Cameron, let's repeat that.
Go back.
Cameron, come out to play.
Jamie, wind that back.
I was saying no, and I was scared, and that I didn't want to.
No, just in the sense of us having sex and.
Oh,
that can
can
be-
someone remind me how old are they?
At the time, they were 19 and 16, I think.
And what did they do, Cameron?
I think, Cameron, what did the
Well, yeah,
19 and the 16-year-old do?
What do they have? I didn't hear. I want to hear it again.
I was saying no, and I was scared, and that I didn't want to.
No, just in the sense of us having sex, and that can be argued because.
Ah, that's right.
That can be argued. Excuse me.
Well, it can be argued. You know, he's arguing that it wasn't statutory rape, and she's like, "But I said no." But he's like, "But we had sex though." Weird. Cameron.
The only thing that would make this worse is if somebody traveled like to a different state to do something.
Honestly,
that's a good point, Kat.
You know, yeah. It'd be weird. You know, he is like fulfilling.
I know
the
this.
Sorry. I was gonna say.
Go ahead. No, you
It
finish.
does feel
You
like
finish.
he's like fulfilling the cop thing of just, you know, kind of like having sex with the victim. You know, things happen. You could look up that time a cop got locked in his own police cruiser because he was having sex with a prostitute he arrested, and he had to let one of the other guys let him out. That's a fun fact for you.
Just out of curiosity, Diesel, what chapter are you playing as?
You know, these days it's a lot of Dark Angels.
I gotta get back into this. I really gotta get back.
Jeez, I don't know why. You strike me as someone who would build a meta Necron army.
Oh no, I don't like the miniatures. They're cringe.
Really?
Wow.
Dark Angels? Dark Angels.
Dark Angels are Dark Angels are pretty cool.
They're fine. They're
I
fine.
like angels. I like the mechanic.
I am a big fan of the white scars. I've said this multiple times because I want white scars to.
I like Sisters of Battle.
Sisters of Battle is so cool.
Salamander, Vulcan lives.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
Strong
I like so
women,
many. I haven't
like a
settled
lot.
on one yet.
I know. I like a lot of armies. They make them all really cool.
I will say Imperial Fists I have learned to like over time. They're not as lame as I once thought.
People sleep on black dragons.
That is
Nurgle's
that's
army
fair,
hard.
That's fair. Space Wolves, that's Greg's. That's for
Bro's
Greg.
hard.
Bro is
I like
hard.
Space Wolves a lot.
Absolutely.
Once
Hell
I
yeah.
heard you say stop, I put you down. You were being nonverbal.
Wait. You're saying she was being
I
nonverbal?
forgot what we were listening to. I was thinking about
You
Warhammer
said
in my bed.
she was being nonverbal? Cameron, that doesn't sound good, buddy.
This is pretty bad when it's his words,
Oh, Cameron, I thought you wanted to move on from this. Why couldn't you talk about this, Cameron?
He didn't want to talk about it. He
I
wanted
wanted
to
to
move
talk
on,
about this
Felgy.
with you.
He already litigated it. You know.
Yeah,
Why does he have to?
He already put it behind him. He put it behind him already. Didn't you know? He's not going to relitigate it again.
Cameron,
We're going to
you
talk
said-
about it again.
But Cameron, you said a minor can't pressure you into doing anything. That it's the adult decision. Really interesting.
This is for you, Q.
Dark Angels are cringe. Salamanders are the best daddy
Yes,
Vulcan left
yes.
for milk
Yes!
in the 30th
I'm a
millennium, and he's
Salamander
coming
as
back
well.
any
Yeah.
minute.
Yes!
Yes.
It's
suck
weird.
it.
It's weird, guys. Remember when he remember when we were talking about the reverse predator and he was laughing and he was like, no woman could control him. You're in charge of your own decisions. He wants to move on. Interesting, but he would have made a documentary about this. I wonder if he would have included this part in the documentary.
Don't think I was.
It looks.
Telling you.
'Cause
Maybe I wasn't
The
hearing
Chaos
correctly,
Space
but
Marines.
I'm telling you that I did
Like
not
the,
hear
the
word
Plague
stop
Marines are
until
the
I
best.
did. I put you down.
Thousand Suns.
And I felt awful because you said you were like, once you started squirming a bit, I felt like bad.
Squirming? You're gonna call it squirming? I was hitting you.
Squirming? Oh! Oh!
Now remember, chat.
Oh!
And you watching at home, streamer who may be watching this stream, Jelly is a compulsive liar. Take that with a grain of salt. However, Cameron, if you're still watching, I'm really curious how you would have covered this part.
Are you?
What the fuck? Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I didn't. I don't know.
It almost sounds like he's admitting that may have happened.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Does she know this was being recorded though? She's the one recording it. You have to guys.
Yeah, she's the one recording it.
So it's very viable that she's just putting it on, right?
Through the entirety, from what we could tell, through the entirety of her, you could say friendship, relationship, whatever, with Cameron, she would often record stuff, screen cap, Discord messages and just audio calls, and then when they were no longer in good graces, would send them either in ways to disparage him or when they were in good talkings in ways to promote that he wasn't a bad guy. But it would flip and flop depending on the tides. Who knows?
Yes.
I was just gonna say that she has lied about a lot of things. She'll flip flop on things. This is a thing that like she never really flip flop on, and they both, until they want to act coy about it and act stupid about it, they both talk about like having sex, and it's just like I don't know why I put a big pause. I thought it was on TikTok or something, but it's just this is like the one kind of constant is that this did happen.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just like, yeah, it's one of those things that just like, I take a lot of things with a grain of salt, and I'm taking this with a grain too, but it's just like, if they're both confirming that this happened, that's kind of like, it's different when you catch Anne out on her own lie that she said herself versus something both of these people are saying together.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I hope I said that right.
I think you said it pretty fairly.
Well, obviously, I wasn't intending to do something bad to you. And I feel bad about it. But that's between us, and that's not going to be public.
I mean, it's public now.
What about how I spent like 5 minutes telling you that I didn't want to kiss you, and then you wouldn't let me go?
Haven't we already been over this? Like, I feel horrible about that, and it was only because I wanted to spend more time with you. I wasn't trying to force you to do something.
Remember, he says they didn't have sex.
I came up on like the really raw internet, very early internet, so a lot of shit doesn't really faze me anymore. But you know what? Sometimes it does.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, where are her parents not helping?
Boy, ain't that a loaded one.
Yeah. Like,
this video doesn't get into what we know about that.
Is this reportable? I mean, it would have been on Jelly to do so because, again, they have conflicting stories, and Jelly also would flip-flop back and forth throughout the story. Again, this is part of the problem. Jelly would flip-flop back and forth throughout the entirety of the story, saying he did it or he didn't do it. I know at one time she tried to... Because I was there in the Discord. At one time, she tried to enter Diesel's stream to be like, oh, you guys are kind of wrong about Cameron, blah, 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 blah. Like, it was a whole fucking mess. It's been a whole fucking mess.
But you can't just act like you didn't do anything wrong.
That's the first thing I said to you. Like, like you said, I didn't do anything wrong in the sense of, like, anything illegal. And in regards to the idea of us having sex. And that's all I was talking about. Not that between, and that's why I said obviously between us, I know I made mistakes. And I feel horrible for them. Because I broke a boundary that I didn't realize I was breaking, and I feel awful.
You didn't realize you were breaking it? Me telling you that I didn't want to and that I was scared and not to grab me. That...
Okay. If you were like... Hold on, wait. Like, obviously, like, after the fact, once I put you down, like, I realized what was happening.
Once I put you
down? Like, there's a reason I put you down.
So part of the story is that the discussion is he picked her up, and this was not during their sexual encounter. He picked her up, and she did not like it.
Sometimes it was like a bear hug.
It was a bear hug. Sometimes it was, I saw her and I was just so excited. I grabbed her. It's a lot. This isn't a lot one. It's really, really crazy.
Down.
Take care,
because I was
Take
hitting
care.
you.
You might have been. I personally don't remember that, but you might have been. I'm not
Might
gonna
have.
rule it out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm genuine when I say I do not remember that.
So, okay, let me get this straight. Which one is better here? Helping Dev via proxy by lying, or sleeping with the child he thought was hot? Which one is worse? I mean, both of them are helping Dev, but both of them are also pretty bad. To further complicate things, in our original timeline, at the same time Jelly was accused.
Hey, Quite, did you miss the content comp part?
Quite.
Oh boy.
Oh, you missed
buddy.
it. You missed it.
Buddy.
Well, let's restart stream.
Let's
Quite
restart
here.
stream.
Restart
Cameron,
it. Bring
can you come
Cameron
back on? Cameron,
back
come
here,
back on.
Cameron.
Come back
Come
on,
on.
You missed
Cameron.
a fun time, Quiet. You have to rewatch the stream. I swear to God.
I mean, he did cross state lines to meet with her. That is the other thing, and as we know, Romeo and Juliet laws do not affect federal boundaries. That's a whole big thing. It's like the whole sticky wicket subject.
By the way, he nickel and dimes the crossing the state lines thing, right? Because one of the fucking dumb idiot Reddit mods is like, oh, he flew up to go see her, right? Well, he drove, right? And he told me multiple times he drove, right? But now when I question him again, he's like, my family drove me. Like, why does it matter? It doesn't. You took a car. The car went up a road, and then you went and took a car.
He's trying to sovereign citizen. He was traveling. He wasn't driving.
My parents forced me to see the minor.
Chat, remember to like the stream, by the way. If this is your first time here at the Op Block, we do a lot of research streams. Upcoming, well, not on this channel. Over at Cope and Seethe, over on Becca the Krabs' channel, Cope and Seethe, we're gonna, in collaboration with him, he's putting out a full, complete Saber Spark timeline craziness KP video that is better than anybody else's. So watch it live when it goes out.
Who's that?
Beckett of Krabs.
Yeah, who's that?
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cope and Seethe?
some British guy. He's kind of cringe.
I like him.
Very
Oh,
ginger.
okay.
Go subscribe to Cock and Seethe.
That got me.
Go
Oh my God.
subscribe to a cup of seed.
No, what was it? What
Oh,
was it?
Lord.
It's Cope and
Cope and-
Seethe.
Cope and Seethe.
Cope and Seethe.
Bro's leaving samples?
Yeah, samples all around.
Copenhagen? Copenhagen?
Of things, another woman enters the discourse. Krexa. Krexa's not important. The short and skinny of Krexa is that Krexa tries to portray Cameron as some sort of maniac, which, if I haven't made it clear, Cameron is a fucking idiot moron. There's actually a clear difference between a maniac and an idiot. So, there's that. So, who was this Krexa person who's accusing Cameron of more things, right?
Hey, Sai, if you go to the earlier part of the stream, we did roast Cameron live. We
Dude,
cooked the motherfucker.
Oh, come on. Let's do a,
I'm
do a
feeling
tiny...
so smug. I'm feeling so smug right now, okay?
Smug as a bug and rug.
It's because it's like
little
Why
one.
you missed so much.
most of this you said a year ago and nobody listened.
Yeah, but it blew up now. What were you going to say, Cloudy?
I was going to say, well, a little 101 for our wonderful guests, you know?
Oh yeah, just
For our new
you can
chatters.
rewind it
We
to
start-
the point where
I'll rewind.
Cameron just a
That is what you
cameo.
did? You said this a year ago?
No, if you're gonna rewind it, I would just rewind to the point where Diesel came in.
That's not, no, not a
No,
rewind.
No,
I
it was
don't
so
have
much
that.
good building up.
I don't
building up
have
with
that.
Cameron. Nick stuff thinks of Fauci.
I don't have that much patience. Okay, so what happened is we pretended, we fibbed, we lied and said we were going to react to Cameron's content cop. Instead, we were actually just waiting for Diesel's video to drop. And while we're waiting for this video to drop, Cameron actually came in. They chit-chatted a little bit.
Oh, did we?
My wonderful Italian stallion got him to admit a couple things. And then the video dropped. Cameron didn't want to watch it with us. Very sad. I was hoping he'd stick around
I
for
don't know
that.
why. It's
Diesel
crazy
came
that you want to
in.
watch it.
We all chatted, and then he ran.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened.
He ran like a fucking
Like and
bitch.
subscribe, please. Thank you.
It was.
So we'll watch it
was-
in his
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, we'll watch it in a second.
It was Kino.
Let's keep going because we also have a little Google Docy to go over before we end stream.
Right, so for the sake of your sanity, Krexa is really just this mentally unwell young lady who Cameron had a situationship with. Most of all of it is he said, she said type stuff. Okay, Krexa played it off as like a goodwill of Arosana will help her, right? So the anti-Yandere dev community comes in and helps her, and they start a GoFundMe, and then it ultimately ends with Krexa taking the GoFundMe money that was for 2 people and running off with it, okay? Krexa is just a piece of shit who flew onto the story and then flew away like nothing ever happened. So I put out my video, Cameron puts out his response, I grill him on stream, you should check me out, link below, right? And then a month later, those infamous clips of Yandere Dev are anonymously leaked via Cameron to r/Osana, which these audio clips are edited, by the way, and you can hear that there's definitely some conversation cut out. But they're more than damning enough, so it's not like that really matters all that much. I just felt like it was worth mentioning. And also, Cameron would be good at editing audio because he's a sound engineer and he understands
This is me
these
saying
things
I
and he
want
can make
undoctored
music. He
clips,
knows how to-
Cameron.
Undoctored.
Undoctored clips. Okay?
Undoctored clips. That's right.
No AI,
Alright.
no robot.
Listen, if you got this alleged Jelly blackmailing me clip, okay, leak it. I don't care. All right, go ahead and do it. I'll say, all right, Cameron proved it. That's what I was asking for. Right? It doesn't undo anything, right? It just
Doesn't
goes,
undo any
okay,
of this,
then-
yeah.
Yeah, it really doesn't make your situation any better, but it would disprove that one thing. Right? But you know, if it's doctored, I'd be like, that's suspicious. And he'd be able to clean it up good.
Yeah.
You can tell he cleaned it up good.
Yeah.
do that, okay? He knows how to use audio. So, okay, that's the story as it stands. Then a year passes, okay? And right before the iDubbbz Content Cop drops, Cameron calls me to say this.
And I think now I can finally explain this. I did not have sex with Jelly.
Ooh. Ah, the story changes. The story, the plot thickens.
Oh, Lord.
I told her, listen, remember, Cameron told Jelly they had sex, but it couldn't be illegal and nobody can prove it. Then tells Diesel they had sex. But coincidentally, now a year after, it's oh no, him and Jelly didn't have sex. It's
They didn't do it, folks.
He
They
didn't do it,
never
folks.
happened.
It was
fake news.
We need a veto.
Fake
We need to
news.
veto the Trump voices.
He didn't grab her.
I'll drop a
There was
metal
no
pipe.
pussy grabbing here.
No, stop.
I'll drop a
It was
metal
because
pipe.
She had blackmail over me over something that happened to me when I was younger, and I didn't want it out. And she was trying to force me into this weird thing. It doesn't matter now. I don't care anymore because I have proof of her blackmailing me now. So it doesn't matter.
Still
I
no
didn't have
proof,
sex with her.
Cameron. Still no proof.
I mean, all he has to do is come out with the proof, right?
Yeah, so then he just lied that entire time, which only made it an extra complicated story.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, revolving this insane honeypotting grooming scandal.
Damn. So strange.
I wasn't interested in her. I met her to interview her. If you really
You know
care-
what? I'll kind of be a little bit of a dickhead. Chat. So Diesel made this Google Doc. So Cameron keeps saying he only met her to sleep with. Sorry, to interview her. And Diesel made this weird thing called Cameron supervising Jelly. I don't know, guys.
That's.
Is this grabbing interviewing? I don't know, chat. Is this an interview? It's listen. This is 20 pages, and most of it is pictures. But I don't know, chat. Is this
has
an interview?
This has rank
Boss the
aura.
Dog ate his doctored
Let
evidence.
the evil child go.
Thank you.
The vibes are.
I'll leave it. Hi to anybody who is watching this stream. I'll leave this up on screen for you. Oh, look at the Google Docies. I'll leave this up on screen for you so you can screenshot this and send this all around. Hello. Oh, the Google Docie is also linked above as well. The hands-on approach to journalism is correct, Micromonix.
That's
Cameron has a hands-on approach to journalism.
That's wild.
I'll say it again. Diesel said this a year ago.
I know he did. We all know.
That's what's killing me.
Hello, Olsyan. Nice to see you. Oh, whoops! I clicked on it. It was like there was the fucking video. Oh, fuck me.
Streamer mode engaged.
But remember, he did not have. He did not have sex. He did not chat. He did not.
No more.
I did not have sexual relations with
You do Bill Clinton worse. You do
Somehow
Clinton
better
worse.
and worse.
I haven't heard Bill Clinton in a while. Guys.
It sounds a little like this. Hey, I'm Bill Clinton.
I hate you
Lewinsky
so much.
did not suck my penis.
Oh my god.
No,
It's like he's in the room with us.
He's in the room. Oh god.
I jokes did we have sexual relations with that woman?
Like, oh my god. Oh my god.
Now to
Play the video.
Nixon.
Oh my
Hey, I'm Nixon. I did not do Watergate.
I did
To
not
which,
do
by the way,
Watergate.
this is an incredible
Crazy.
claim, right? It's an incredible shift up in the story. And so I start to look into it because it is incredible, thinking maybe I missed something in my calls. And no, I didn't. I go through all my notes and recordings, and there's really nothing that can corroborate his story outside of...
Did somebody say Nixon? It's Richard Nixon.
Stop. God. God.
Jelly being a liar. Now, the sex story is a he said, she said type situation, but remember, he admitted it himself. It's his words against him. Now, Cameron expressed to me he wanted to come back to comedy.
Yes, Moon Bunnies, we can feed that dog.
Can you feed that dog?
Thank you.
It's time to feed the pupper.
Feed that dog.
It's time to give her treats. It's time to feed the dog now. On the Uplock stream tonight, Leia, come here.
I got soup.
You don't know Obama?
Obama?
Actually,
You know
Obama? I actually did meet Obama once.
Of course you
Met
did.
Obama?
Yeah, I did.
Of course. Was it at that same house party where you met?
It was at the same house party. Boogie said your pussy smells like rose.
Oh my god, that's
Did
so crazy.
Did you ask Obama why the pool was closed?
It was rough.
Did you ask him about his suit?
I did. It was a nice suit.
Did you ask for the tan suit?
Oh my god.
Because he's had a fondness for the genre, okay? We've talked about commentary a lot. He follows drama. It's unsurprising that posts from when he was with Dev have started to go missing since I started
Drama that
looking.
doesn't know who Food Shops is.
My video does make him look bad, by the way, by fault of his own actions. I'm not surprised that he wants this video gone. It's a bad look. It's a bad look for somebody wanting to get into commentary to have this kind of thing dangling over you. This puts you in the impossible to defend position of the following. So Cameron had damning clips of Dev either sat on his computer until it was relevant, or us just having to trust you when you've lied in the past and say that you've sent those clips where they needed to go when you got them. I mean, you should be able to prove this really easily via an email correspondence that you had with the department. But is that the case? I don't know. We'll just wait and see. I'm sure you'll provide it after I put this out. But that's not really the most impossible to defend position, assuming you've actually done it.
Also, just as a side note, because I saw it, if you say that I'm mean because I did something to Cameron, this information was known over a year ago. My OBS.
Hi, Windows. Hi, Windows.
My OBS reconnected and connected again. I hope the stream didn't die. We had a small F.
I think we're good. I think we're good. Oh, we're not. We're not.
We have small F, please. Refresh stream. Refresh the stream.
They can't hear you if they have to refresh.
Refresh.
Stream is running normal on my end.
It borked for a second.
It borked for a second.
It's called
All right. Just
plugging
as
it out.
like a side note, if you're calling me mean, okay, you can do it in the chat. I have no problem with it. Don't at me in a Discord, please. It's weird.
You are mean. You're the mean one.
Yeah.
Why are you mean? Why are you so mean?
Because
It's so funny that they think you're the mean one.
I'm
Yeah,
somehow
Belgi's
the mean one.
I'm the nice and charitable one.
Yeah. Again,
I
wanna
would
be- I wanna be
never say
very-
evil
I want to be very
things.
clear. Cameron never had to come on here. I feel like that's like the weird thing that everyone is forgetting, his random autonomy. Like he is like
He
Like,
has
he is-
agency as an adult.
Yeah, like he's
He's
not
a
the
grown
20-year-old
man
that he's
with
supposed to
free
be.
will.
Yeah, like
We need a new goal.
I got it. I think it's feed that dog times 3 now. I believe so, or 4. I can't remember. Sometimes I forget.
But by the way, just for anybody who's like, oh well, you know, it wasn't like honest or whatever. Dude, the motherfucker hasn't been honest with me for like over a year. Okay, I don't. Why do I or anybody that like does stuff with me have to be honest with somebody who is deliberately malicious and trying to avoid and be dishonest and lying consistently? Right.
I think that's the other thing too, is like, also, if Cameron had this clip and withheld it, what he is actively saying is that a clip of Yondev admitting to having CSAM he did not wish to turn into a official FBI investigation because he was worried that when he eventually came back to YouTube, he could dangle that clip in front of people's faces so they wouldn't talk. Remember, he called and said, I need you to take this out of this. I need you to retract this. And he did it before. Again, it's like really weird that like at a certain point, I'm going to be very honest. At a certain point, you don't need to be nice with people who will overly lie to you. Listen, I don't personally care. I actually don't mind his content cop. I was actually being kind of truthful on it. But, like, the guy lies for stories, too. Like, we all do. I don't understand when we all play by the same rules. It's mean when we do it. Like, I'm sorry.
People gay up all the time, all right? Let's not pick and choose our battles like that.
Yeah,
all right? Cameron's not worth it. He's not worth to eat.
Yeah. I don't know.
People are grown. They can have their own opinions. I appreciate when people do that.
Yeah.
You can think and share whatever you want to share. We don't have to agree.
I would do all this over again in a heartbeat, okay? And if it brought
As would
Cameron to
I.
the brink, I would sleep just fine at night.
I'm gonna sleep cozy.
Yeah, same. Listen, I guess that's mean.
Just imagine
The more
if anyone just
impossible
slept with a minor.
to defend position
right.
is this whole I lied saying I had sex with the grooming victim of Yandere Dev, complicating the story and helping Dev via proxy.
Q, you're in the wind, buddy. Q, you're in the wind.
I did have sex with a minor, complicating the story by helping Dev via proxy and implicating myself. I wouldn't want to be in that position to defend myself. It's kind of really fucking difficult. Listen, I did my work on this story, okay? That video is 3 hours long. I spent months of my life on it. I did my work. I talked to everyone for months, okay? At this rate, it's on you to find these things, not me. And so, we'll see what happens. I thought I was done with Yandere Dev, but yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Hey, he's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I think I'm back.
I think I'm back. So, chat.
John Wick.
Oh,
moment.
I got flashback with this. So, chat, there is a Google Docie in relation.
Google Docie.
There's a Google Docie.
Oh, flashbang. Oh.
Yeah, there was a flashbang.
You think you go live after this, Diesel, or are you gonna go take
Me
a
go
well-deserved
live
nap?
after this? Fucking, I think tonight this is the only appearance for me. I'll stream the calls tomorrow though. There's the 2 new calls from Cameron where his stories are changed up.
And interestingly, chat, if you don't realize this Google Doc has pretty much everything in there. It's truncated still. It's not a 3-hour video. It is to give a timeline.
Yeah.
I don't particularly listen. It is. I did invite him to stay and add commentary.
Falgi invited him to stay and add his commentary.
Yeah. Again,
he could have stayed and defend himself, but he chose to leave.
But there are like 2 things I do want to highlight and just play for chat before we go off tonight. So, there are 2 little assorted audio clips. Let's click on one of them. So this is Cameron and Jelly discussing sex.
Oh, I think that's
Isn't that the one you played?
Yeah, I played that in the video.
Oh, it's the video one? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it that this one is the one?
There's
we didn't
one
hear?
audio.
There's one audio,
yeah.
chat.
He lied again.
What do you mean tell you the truth?
Shit.
That you flashed her?
It's not what. It's not what the fuck happened. It's not what the fuck happened.
Okay, what happened then?
Showed her my underwear. It was funny. She was asking about it. It wasn't like that, and I'm fucking tired of it. It wasn't like that. It wasn't fucking like it. I was trying to clear that up, and it wasn't the pressure. I was just trying to fucking clear that up, and I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked about it. The only reason I asked about it is because of the conversation we had earlier. I just wanted to clear it up.
Diesel, what is this comment about?
Oh, there was okay. So during the drama, right? This is one of the things that I brushed over. But there was some discrepancy about whether or not Cameron showed a picture of his cock to Jelly over Snapchat. Okay. And so this is about that and what was in the photo, right? And whether or not he showed peen or not.
Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Do you think he was comparing sizes with Yandev?
Well, you know,
Oh,
Yonder
God,
does 8
please
inches,
don't.
so it's kind of hard.
It's hard. It's hard. Some would say
I mean, it's
it's
probably-
too soft.
Unfortunately, it was hard.
We don't know if it was
Yeah.
hard.
He should be Persona 3'd for that, honestly.
Yeah, he should be.
I'm sorry. I didn't want you thinking weird shit about me because it's not fucking true. It's not who the fuck I am. Specifically fucking avoided that shit because of that fucking reason. I didn't fucking like her like that. And I'm tired of fucking people saying that shit because it's not fucking true.
Look at that fake sigh.
Sorry. Just don't. I'm so tired of it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I won't bring it up again. Okay?
And just for reference, these are voice memos that Shelly would leak. So again, it's up to you to decide who is right, wrong, or indifferent. It's not the point. Point is that the fact is, all of this was him. All of this ever happens because he dangles a call with Yandev, not only exonerating him per se, but placing an actual pedophile in jail. Again, I'll make that statement. I know Diesel doesn't. Diesel's nice about it. I'll fucking make the statement with my whole chest. If Cameron is withholding information, he prevents Yandev from going to jail. Straight up. Like, I need to, like...
Period. Him going out to meet her also makes it more difficult. Like, just his involvement. He should have just been like, I'm leaving the project and fuck off from all these people.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, you can say this is mean. It absolutely is. I'm tired. Like, listen, I'm the fucking soy one. Like, being nice is usually what I do. But I don't like when people actively say I have information and they withhold it and it prevents somebody from going to jail. I can't, for the life of me, understand how that works. Falgi, play this one. What is this, cat, that you sent me?
Just
Okay. I'll raise it for you. Chat! An oldie, but a classic.
I'm a bit of a loser, okay?
Okay.
Is that enough for you?
Okay. Just a little bit of a loser. I think so. Chat, I think that's the end of our stream tonight because this was not going to be a long one. But more importantly, I want to shout out this goddamn video that FPS Diesel has put out today. Fucking share it everywhere you want to go. If someone wants to argue it, listen, how about this? I'll give anyone who wants to argue with me right now the opportunity to come on stream and argue with me about this. If you don't want to argue with it about me, then I'm going to end the stream. I'll give you one opportunity, because I know there are people that are adding me else places.
If you plan on arguing, go to waiting. At least all I can say promises I will mute myself. I don't know about anyone else.
I mean, if you're gonna do all that, I'm a dip. I had my
Congrats,
fun. I got to watch a
Pookiest.
video. Thank you, Len. Thank you very
Len.
much.
Thank you.
I had my fun. I am gonna I got some stuff to take care of, and good job, Diesel. Good job, everybody. Thank
Good
you
job,
all.
everybody. Good job, everybody.
So I will peace out. I'll be in
Patting
chat.
each other on the back about this. Is
Good
so
job, Diesel.
fucking
Of
Good
funny.
job,
course.
Diesel.
Of course.
Fuck yeah,
without you,
Who
Diesel.
loves me more than me? First of all,
Listen, I would never glaze Diesel in
That's not
front of
true.
his face or behind his back.
Well,
again, I say this: if there's,
I've seen
listen,
Diesel dress himself. I'm sorry, I cannot glaze that.
come on. This shirt looks really nice on him. Come on.
it's not for everybody.
That's
Not
true. Which
everyone
one, the
needs to
lesbian
argue,
shirt?
obviously.
Okay, maybe that said more. Maybe
for
that's
him.
Wow.
maybe that said more about me than you know what? I'm gonna go. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, Cloudy.
Again,
Bye, Cloudy.
I'm
But yeah,
giving.
like if people want to fight Valgy, we'll leave the call. If
say
you feel intimidated.
No, I don't think anyone's gonna be intimidated. But I'm just saying it out loud. If people wish to discuss it,
I mean, I'll leave. I'll make Valgy have to.
oh, you want me to do
Bro.
the blood sports? Yeah, I don't give a shit.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm very. Listen, man. If I don't like you, I don't like you with my whole chest.
Yeah.
All
Who
right?
is
I
Food
don't
Chops?
care.
Food
Oh,
Chops
God.
is a content creator who said that their therapist told them to look at Lollicon, if I remember correctly, to like desensitize them from the impulses that they had in and around what Lollicon like depicts. You could put that one up on a fucking billboard, I guess. What a fucking therapist like slogan. But again, if that's it, if none of the people who want to discuss it with me don't want to discuss it, I will leave it at that. I will say this. It's very, very, very nice having this stream. Diesel, thank you for coming on. I had a blast. I don't know about you. Cameron, F305, big shout. You know what? Before we leave, let me do the right
I mean,
thing.
now Cameron will stop calling you, so.
Copy link address.
Yeah.
Guys, if
This
you
is-
want to see more of Oh, no, that's brigading. I'm not going to lie, that's brigading.
I do want to say, yeah, that is brigading. I do want to say that Cameron called me out of the blue. I was teaching somebody how to edit.
Yeah.
And he called me out of the blue to tell me, that started this whole thing, right? Like, not only did he take, first of all, that's rude to just call someone without messaging them. Second of all, it's just like ridiculous. Okay, this is completely self-inflicted. Okay, because the only reason I got activated is because he went out of his way to make a problem out of it.
Yeah, it is like an actively weird one. I don't understand how. I think that's the thing. This would have never happened if Cameron didn't say, I need you to take this out. I'm releasing a content cop soon.
Yeah, that like instantly clocked as like a red flag. I don't know what to tell you.
I think that's like the thing that people are like, oh, but this is mean. Guys, remember to like the stream, by the way. Like and subscribe. Yeah, you could think this is mean, but this is all self-inflicted because he legitimately was like, oh, but what if you just take it out of the stream though? And
He
you know
slept
what?
with a minor. It's not mean. He slept with a minor. What is wrong with you people? It's not mean. He slept with a minor.
I don't know. I don't listen. I don't know. And I personally,
I'll let people debate rape that one, but
Yeah.
that one is not the
Well-
argument that I will repeat when I am on stream with people.
maybe not one you should repeat. Well, chat, I want to send you over to K-Huck. Thank you guys very, very, very much. I'll talk to you all later, and goodbye.